Hello, everybody. Happy Monday. We are in summertime. Happy birthday to my Cancers. And now the days will be getting shorter, so we got the longest days of the year here and slowly now moving towards the holidays. Hope everybody's doing well. Today is who's coming towards you and why, plus Aries through Pisces. So I'll be looking at your person, what pulls them towards you, any blocks, looking at you if there's any blind spots, and movement this week, how they view you, and what you should do. What's your move this week? Hello, everybody. Hello, Angel. Hello, Lori. Hello, Bernadette. What's up, Rebecca? How are you guys doing? And Lisa, what's up? I have Fernando, Jeff, what's up? Carissa, hello. I am doing super chats Mondays and Fridays. I'm doing them at the end of each all signs. I'm only on for a little bit. If you want to get a question in, get it in during the live stream and you'll be on the list. And then it's first come, first serve, and then I'm only on for so long, and then I'm out. Hello. All right, so I am starting Aries off at 2:22, so I can get a few minutes with everybody coming in. And hopefully everybody had an amazing weekend. It is getting hot as crazy. Hello, Mish. How are you? The girl, what's up? All right. Get my throat clear. So get a good shuffle for Aries. Hello, QT, what's up? Nature Girl, what's up? I'm always so happy to see you guys here. Thank you for always being here. Make sure to comment, hype, like, subscribe if you like what you hear. All right, Aries. Aries. Who's coming towards you, Aries, this week? I'm always looking. It doesn't matter, past, present, new. Usually I can feel it. I'll call it if it's really. But I'll also be doing Aries through Pisces. So you do have an energy of 5 of Wands here at the bottom of the deck, which challenging. It's like a lot of things up against you or your person this week, and really just wanting to confront something. All right, so this could be a week where we are moving up to the full moon now, and we may be confronting issues in relationships. Look at the Knight of Swords, finally saying what I need to say, getting something off my chest. So let's take a look at your person. I see the 6 of Swords. So you got an air energy for the person that's coming towards you. And you can see movement already with it's like, we've got to get something done. We got to get something said, clear up something that may be going on between the two of us, and figure out which direction this relationship is going in. All right, so what pulls them towards you? I see the 6 of Cups energy, obviously some deeper feelings. This could be a friend that's been around you, and somebody here really wants to address where things could be going. Now, I am getting that there may have been some other people or other friends or other situations that may have or keep getting in the way. There's always a circumstance or something that seems to be causing some confusion or fuss between what's really going on between you and this person. But it looks as though somebody directly wants to tell you how they feel. All right. And what pulls them towards you is this kindness, is this energy. They notice how you are when they're around. They notice how you try to maintain and show love to everybody that's around you. So you have a really good energy, not even just as a friend, but the way you treat people in general and the way they feel when they're around you. Now, you could remind this person constantly of the past, if you guys have shared some moments together. This person, whenever they see you, you have the 6s. There's something about this energy that you guys are just always thinking the same thing, or always wanting the same thing, or wanting to go back to a situation where you guys were around each other and you both enjoyed the moment. Now, obviously, this card can say what pulls them towards you too is that you remind them of somebody from their past, or you are exactly what they've been looking for. You know, they feel pulled towards you, even if they can't explain it. Now, this can be a past person as well with the Six of Cups, but to me, it's just somebody that really likes to be around your energy. You feel it definitely is a good friendship, or a friendship that started. And if there has been any kind of challenges between the two of you, this could be a reconciliation. Like they just feel pulled, like they have to say something to you. So what's been their block or their challenge? And look at the Justice card. So they've been really weighing things out for a while. Right. And they just, it feels like now is the time for this person. I either feel guilty about not telling you how I feel guilty about what somebody else had said, or there's always a problem going on, or always a situation where this person feels like you're always accommodating, or you're still showing up, even though this person may always be the one that has something else going on. All right. So I'm feeling like this person really wants to make something right for you, whether it's something that, you know, they express to you, or they just feeling this guilt inside, like, you know, something like, I just got to pull through for my Aries right now. I really want to make things right and bring a balance to the connection. Now you have a Libra energy, so I am getting a strong air sign for you so far. Now, what's your issue, if there is any? If there's the Five of Swords, this person's always kind of, you know, stressing you out in some ways or another. Now, what I'm feeling is that, you know, something is going on between the two of you, and you know, but this person may be dealing with other people or other situations, or what other people are saying. And it could be getting to you that, you know, this person has feelings for you, but they're always putting you kind of on the sidelines. Like, why do they always think that it's okay that I wait for them, or that I have to accommodate, or, you know, and this is where I feel like the forgiveness is coming in. It's like, Aries, you always just let things go. You don't let anything bother you, or you don't even tell me if they are. But I can see that they really are. So this could be a week where somebody is like, I can't do this to my Aries one more time. We have to have a conversation. We need to talk, because this person is confusing you, and it's getting to a point where maybe you can't hide it anymore, right? And so this person is starting to see this. So they may approach you. Let's see what the movement of this week will be. And I'm seeing the Four of Wands. So I don't know if some of you have an event that's happening, or something around family, or things are going on, or you have, you know, somebody has a birthday going on, or there's a milestone at a work, or anything like that. But it looks like this person is going to take the opportunity to say something to you this week, and have an unexpected, you know, a conversation. You know, when they see you, they might, if you guys are seeing each other or getting together, it looks like this person really wants to be around you and connect with you. So something looks like it be spoken or becoming real, and some confusion about where this relationship stands. It looks like this week you're moving to a place of more contentment and peace with whatever's going on between you, person on your mind. Now, this is somebody that's close to you. This is somebody that's around you. This is somebody that has been to your home, maybe, or been to your work, or somebody that you feel very comfortable with, enough that this person would be around you this week at some sort of event. Now, if you are dealing with somebody that you're in a complicated situation or distance, I will pull an Aries through Pisces for you today, so you can see what else is going on. But this feels like somebody really wants to have a conversation with you to imply where you stand with them, and that they really care about you. Now, there could be a gesture this week, a gift coming in, or something just being more emotionally available towards you as well. So how do they view you? That's the one I'm going to pull in this week, the Seven of Swords. They may see you as somebody who's always concerned, and that you do lack a little bit of trust or doubt. You know, so be mindful this week too, that the Five of Swords is showing up for you. So you could be making somebody feel guilty. You could be, I mean, but to me, it feels like the reading is saying, too bad, you know, that this is how I'm feeling, you know what I mean? But somebody here is kind of tiptoeing around you, and they may be feeling like you're hiding something from them and they can't quite figure it out. And so this could be what we're confronting. What's the real truth? Maybe you are telling somebody exactly how you feel this week. All right, that could be what's happening here that I'm pulling up. Some of you just can't hold back anymore. You know, it's like, I know somebody has feelings for me. I know you're interested. I'm tired of playing sidelines. I want to be in the front and center. And so 7 of Swords here looks like a confession this week as well. So what should you do? And I'm seeing the Page of Cups this week, all right? So just be in with the energy and accepting the love that's coming towards you. It looks as though somebody wants to open up. This could be somebody you're crushing on. And I just feel like you don't have to fight for this one. You just have to be here. The Page of Cups is being vulnerable and being open this week. That looks like somebody who may be telling their friends about you, but they might not be always being completely honest with how deep they do feel for you, right? It's like, I'm trying to keep it more of a friendly. I don't know if this person feels obligated to other people around them, but that's what it seems like. So let's see Aries through Pisces for you. Now, we're looking at a 6 of Swords and we're looking at the 6 of Cups, which can tell me that somebody does have feelings for you, whether or not they're ready to reach out to you or not. That's the difference, all right? Now, there could be travel between you and another person. And so this is going to be Aries through Pisces, kind of looking at a complicated situation you might be in. And what's going on with each sign. Aries, Ace of Swords. So you are crossing another Aries mind. They still think about you. They think about reaching out to you. Now, remember, I am looking at the 6 of Swords and 6 of Cups. It's like, maybe I got to figure out what to say to my Aries before I just open up communication. Taurus, the Empress card. All right, so Taurus is still seeing possibilities of this relationship growing. Now, if you're in a complicated situation and there is another person involved, that could be what the block is, but the love is still growing between the two of you. Gemini, 9 of Swords. Gemini feeling a little bit regret. All right. And, you know, you have the Justice card up here too. So it looks like I don't know what to say. Every time I say something, I get it wrong. Or every time we do talk, we argue. Or there's always some sort of doubt or anxiety around a Gemini. So they could be holding back, not because they don't care about you, but because they can't see a solution to the situation. Cancer, Temperance card. So Cancer playing it cool. It looks as though even a part of them feels like somehow or another you guys may cross paths again, or, you know, there's just something still there, but they're in, you know, there's no rush here. So allowing things to just happen naturally between you and a Cancer, you guys will cross paths. Leo, 5 of Cups. So Leo feeling pretty shitty about the way things turned out. You may still feel maybe you guys need to process a little bit longer. Maybe things are too fresh between the two of you. All right, missing you, but at the same time feeling, you know, still sad about how things are. Maybe this is the way they need to be right now. Virgo, 3 of Cups. Virgo missing talking to you or wanting to talk to you, wanting to connect with you, enjoys connecting with you. So I see some good times, possibly a reconciliation with the Virgo. Libra, still thinking about where things can go, all right? Still pondering on it. So the end's not here yet. It's just, I'm not sure what to do just yet. So, you know, this is going to require a little bit more patience with a Libra. Scorpio, Page of Pentacles. Scorpio thinking about a way to get things started again with you. So they may pop up randomly. You know, show a sign that they're around you, that they want to connect with you. It's a Page of Pentacles energy. So it says, you know, something's there, but we need to move slow. Sagittarius, Ace of Pentacles. So Sag thinking about an offer. Sag thinking about, I still want to see where things go, or, you know, maybe we didn't give each other an honest start. Capricorn, Strength card. So Capricorn may have some pride they're holding back right now, but the harder it is for them to hold back means the stronger the bond, right? So let them hold back. It'll make them want, you know, or have a hard time resisting you in the future. Aquarius, 4 of Cups. So Aquarius still in an energy of, I don't really want this right now. I don't really feel, you know, in the place to accept what's being offered to me. And so they're kind of in a place that you're not going to receive exactly what you're looking for. So it could constantly feel like they don't want this enough. And it might just be something else going on in their life. But right now, that is the energy they're in. Pisces, I see the Lovers card. So you and a Pisces being brought together because you both desire and want each other. Sometimes it doesn't matter what the logic is behind it. Something just brings you guys together. All right, or will bring you guys together. All right, Aries. So that is the start. Let's get comfy. We have Taurus coming up. Banners, Taurus at 16. All right, not bad. Staying on time. Try not to go too long, even though this one does tend to get a little bit longer. All right, Taurus. Let's take a look at who's coming towards you this week and why. Plus, if you're in a complicated situation and you know that maybe somebody's not going to be around you this week, I'll look at Aries through Pisces for you to get a card to see what's going on. All right. All right, the Fool card to start with, right? So this is the energy. Something is starting this week. Something's getting ready to move forward. Maybe a new experience with someone, a fresh start with someone. It could be an Aries energy. Somebody could be planning on initiating something new or trying something new with you. And you even have the Magician card. So you have both the 0 and the 1. So this is talking about a brand new fresh start this week. And maybe somebody wanted to give something a clean slate and just see where things go. So let's take a look. Gemini is showing up, Virgo showing up, and Aries showing up already. So we're already talking about thinking. The thought's already in motion. So let's see your person. The 7 of Swords. What's going on? Somebody tiptoeing around the truth here. All right. Maybe somebody is holding something back that they don't know who to talk to about, but you're somebody that they can express to. Because remember, I'm going off this energy right here. Somebody here may be acting like everything's cool. Everything is fine, chill, but obviously we can see, Taurus, that somebody is holding something back. Now, this doesn't mean I'm cheating on you, I'm lying to you, I'm being deceptive, right? I want to be clear that this card for the past, month or so has been coming through more so. Somebody just doesn't know how to explain their truth. Somebody doesn't know, they always say things the wrong way, or they might say something, they might or afraid to decompress, and then you take it personal, or somebody else think that take it the wrong way. All right. So let's just act like nothing's wrong is the type of energy your person is coming up with. All right. I would rather act like nothing's wrong so we can just still move forward and see where things take us. All right. So what's pulling them towards you? And the 7 of Cups. Look, you got the 7s coming up. So it's an energy of, I don't know, Taurus. I don't know why you keep coming around, but you seem to be somebody that's always maybe there for me, or somebody that I feel safe when I finally can, even though I can't always tell you what's going on in my mind because I can't figure it out. I still feel this energy around you, like you are the one that's always showing up. You're always the one nurturing, always the one on my mind for some way or another. So to me, it feels like it's organically and naturally this relationship, this person is feeling pulled towards you. So if they are going through some of their own shit in their head, they will get past it. It's not something that you have to figure out every single thing. This person feels like obviously thinking about you and feeling obligated to maybe express something to you. Now, what about the block? What is their block? I had to remember what my next position was. The Tower card. Your person is dealing with a lot of internal stress. All right. And they're acting like they're super chill. All right. So some of you, I want you to sit with that, because if this is somebody that you really care about, somebody that you're with in a partnership, you could easily think you did something wrong. And this isn't the energy that I'm getting from this. Okay. This is more like your person is dealing with some questions about their own sanity, their own health, their own job, their own stability. And it feels like, I don't want to worry Taurus about it, but at the same time, how can you not be worried? Because if somebody's given off a Seven of Swords vibe, you're going to be able to pick something up, and you're going to be able to feel like, come on. But sometimes people have to work through their own shit with God, and they don't want it to interfere with everybody around them, right? And so that's what this feels like here. The feelings with you, what draws them to you, is maybe some of you have a natural tendency to be able to figure things out and answer things. And so they may be hoping that throughout time that something, whatever's bothering them, will settle in and it won't interfere with you. But I can see the block is there's a fear of change. Now, somebody also could be afraid, here it is, right? Seven of Cups. I'm being pulled towards Taurus. I have these feelings about Taurus. I can see a future with Taurus, but I'm terrified to commit for some of you. My whole world feels shaky and nothing feels stable. And so right now, is this a perfect time or a good time to really land in a relationship when I don't even know if I can show up for a relationship? Now, this can be anything, this block, this fear of change. I finally am stable. I finally got control of my life. And now I'm entering a new situation with Taurus, and it feels kind of scary. Maybe a person feels like they can't keep you safe, or they can't keep promises, or, bring stability that you're looking for. But remember, your person, the Fool and the Magician, I'm picking up on what might be going on in their inner world, but this isn't stopping them from still going, what the heck? I'm still feeling pulled towards Taurus. So they're going to keep showing up. If this is an on again, off again situation with you and somebody, Taurus, this person's going to keep showing up because they want something to change in their own life. And then they get freaked out and they pull back, but they're always going to keep showing back, especially depending on the situation you're in. All right. And so let's see you. All right. The Star, you're not losing hope. You're over here going, I believe in the possibility of this connection, and I am not giving up on this connection. And I think this is why, look at this, the Tower. I think you're the one that's pulling, and you get this a lot in your readings out of all zodiac signs. For some reason, my Tauruses, there's something about you that even if somebody else is going through a bunch of instability or a lot of chaos inside, you're the rock. You're somebody that can stay grounded during times, and your energy relaxes this person. Your comfort is what grounds this person. But it's not going to fix this person. It's not, your patience is your virtue, your hope, your presence, the way you see things. You just keep going and going and going. And this is what's going to pull this relationship towards. There's just an energy that is intoxicating when somebody can constantly show up, even if another person is going through a bunch of uncertainties. You're very forgiving in this energy. All right, so let's see the movement this week. I see the Five of Swords. So what I'm picking up on here, guys, is this week your person could confuse you a little bit. You might be feeling like mentally they're all over the place, or when you're talking to them, it just seems like they can't give you a clear answer. Be mindful. What I'm picking up is that your person may not know how to articulate their feelings this week, but it does not feel like it is about you. It feels like they're dealing with a lot of pressure in their own life or internal world. And they're trying to actually keep you, it seems like, from worrying about it or wondering about it. All right. And how they view you, the Empress card. I mean, there's your answer, guys. How do they view you? You know, how do you have it together? Why do you keep coming around? What do you know, obviously there's something about you that no matter what, every single time this person, it feels like this person here is not used to stability, is not used to somebody that they can truly trust. And there's something every single time something goes on between the two of you, if there is something going on between the two of you, it always comes back to how much they love you. And the way they love you is because the way you make them feel. You don't even have to tell them. All right. They're so comfortable around you. They feel protected around you, or feel, you know, just very nurtured around you. Your authenticity must be shining right now. And this person here is showing up this week with the Five of Swords. So they may confuse you. All right. Try not to take it personal. Let's see your advice. The King of Pentacles, right? Stay grounded. You are showing up in your true form here. You have both cards that are your energy. All right, this is about you staying grounded. This is about you just kind of being the rock for somebody. You can let go a little bit. What's meant for you. If this person is going through a tower moment, or and you know that you just can't figure them out right now, try not to stress too much on the future this week, because we do have a full moon coming up, and your person may be dealing with some stuff that's coming up this week. And no matter what, you're going to see it play out, obviously, where it's not going to affect you too much. It's really a person dealing with a lot of unsettling types of energy here. But you are just being asked to stay you this week, stay grounded and present, and realized, and with the Star card here, whatever your person is going through, there's something about your light that is leading them towards safety, or out of some sort of chaos that they're in, right? They want to be near you. All right, so let's look at Aries through Pisces this week. If you are dealing with a complicated situation, let's see. I do see this week, you may notice the movement is more kind of stress, or something's going on with your person. So let's see if I can pull up Aries through Pisces, anything else that's coming through. You do have a Libra, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Aquarius, Aries, and Scorpio showing up for you very strong in this reading. So Aries, I see the moon card. All right. Now, Aries is going to confuse you, maybe. It looks like they're all over the place with their feelings, and they're letting, you know, uncertainty get the best of them. Now, the moon card is showing me this week, too, things are still a little uncertain and up in the air, but don't make any decisions without having all the facts. All right. So it could be an emotional week, or they're dealing with their emotions this week, which is deceiving you, could deceive you. Taurus, I see the death card, all right? So maybe there is some death around you, or somebody is dealing with the loss of something. Another Taurus here with that Tower card. Got to let go of control of a situation when you have the Tower and the death card. It says something is coming to an end, or something is happening that needs to resolve itself, and it's bringing transformation in a relationship. All right, so this is showing up with you and another Taurus. They could be dealing with an ending of something big in their life, or somebody important in their life. Gemini, 10 of Wands. Gemini carrying a lot of stress as well, too, and maybe not wanting anybody to help them. They don't like anybody to try and help them. All right, they try to keep things to themselves. So you may be thinking that there's something you did, but this is, they're taking life hard right now. Cancer, 3 of Pentacles. So Cancer here really trying to figure things out. All right, they'll make it work. They'll try and make it work. It looks like they feel some sort of support or comfort from you. And so I can see them coming around, or if you guys are connected in some way, it looks as though the connection is keeping them going, and they're still connected to you. Leo, the Hierophant, right? You and Leo may be leveling up, maybe dealing with something this week that helps you guys understand each other a lot more. This is a lesson. This is something big. This is a lesson for you, maybe realizing that Leo has to deal with things on their own or vice versa. But it's going to bring you guys closer. It seems like you guys are very loyal and committed to one another. Virgo, Six of Swords. So you and Virgo will figure out a way quickly. It looks like you and Virgo could possibly talk about something, get it out in the air, and finally there's a new direction here where we're moving forward from figuring out a solution to a problem that you're having with your Virgo. Libra, Five of Pentacles. Libra dealing with some issues, financial issues, health issues. And so this is still a problem that's showing up for you guys. And, they could be keeping you at a distance because they don't want you to see what they're going through. Scorpio, Three of Swords. The Scorpio dealing with some pain that they may be hiding from you. Maybe things are bothering them more than they're letting on. That's kind of an energy. It seems like I'm sad, or I'm afraid to get hurt, or I'm afraid to hurt you, or, whatever it is, Scorpio is still processing some sort of pain. So I would just give it a little bit more time, especially if you guys are connected and it's a recent wound, they may still need some time to figure things out. Sagittarius, Queen of Swords. So Sag, get ready to communicate their truth here with you. Let's be honest about the direction of this connection. Maybe they want to talk. They want to open up. They want to hear your voice is what I got. Capricorn, Four of Wands. Capricorn wants to hang out. Capricorn wants to build something with you, or they miss being around you. So Capricorn could want a reunion or want to finally get together with you. Aquarius, Seven of Pentacles. You and Aquarius, maybe things are moving slow, but they plan on reaching out, or they still see potential for you guys to have a future together. My owl there. And Pisces, Two of Wands. Pisces on the fence, but they're feeling, very attracted to you and a strong movement towards reaching out to you. You could be making plans right away with the Pisces. All right. I don't know where these messages are coming from. Hopefully they are landing. Well, I do know they're coming from, but hello, everybody that's showing up. Gemini energy. Let's see. All right, let's get a good. It's not Gemini. Are they? Good. Thank you for letting me know. Sometimes I just go and go and go, and I don't know. I don't want to figure it out. All right. And plus, we're in Cancer season now, and Cancer season's emotional and a little bit more softer and homey. So maybe people in their feelings trying to figure. All right, the Gemini. All right. All right, Gemini. Who's coming towards you in your energy this week? Any movement? I'll see what's going on. And then Aries through Pisces. All right, Seven of Pentacles. All right, so you got a good energy here of deciding whether something is going to pan out or not. It's like, how long we've been, poking around at this? How long we've been, how long we've been procrastinating, So this is the theme underneath, it's like, either some of you are tired of waiting, or some of you are bored, right, with the situation you're in, or some of you are like, we need to know what the next step is. We need to know what the plan is, right? And so we are entering, everybody's talking about the retrograde, and Gemini, you're Mercury ruled. So we have been feeling it already, things slowing down, so that we can really think about what we want. That's what the retrograde really is doing. It's saying, stop for a second. We need to look at how we're approaching the situation, and we need to see if it's worth all the trouble we're going through. And if it is, we got to make a plan for the next step, right? We got to push forward, push through this stuckness, right? But the energy does say, though, if you notice that things are kind of slowing down between you and another person this week, that's also the retrograde energy too, because it's asking you to really, and your person, it's affecting everybody. It's asking us to take a look at what do we really want. And these are the good moments. Sometimes somebody will step back and reflect and realize, you know something, maybe I am wasting time. Maybe I do need to jump into this relationship. Maybe I need to see where this takes us. All right. But it gives, that's why these retrogrades are actually pretty good. You know, they're not good for some people because you feel like they're stagnant, but they're really good because it's when people really reflect. All right. And look at the sun card underneath that. Right. So, you know, it's like God's trying to push you to happiness here. He's not trying to make you miserable. Right. So it looks like we're getting prepared here for some sort of plan. All right. Let's see your person's energy. Page of Cups. Right. So you got a cute little energy here. Someone who is emotional. All right. Maybe they do keep you guessing a little bit because they got a crush on you. They definitely have feelings growing. It doesn't matter who, past, present, new. It's like, I got something for you, you know, and so it's kind of a naive, kind of a softer energy. And you know, with the Seven of Pentacles here too, it's like it will be somebody who kind of tests the water. You know, they are careful about every move they make, but you can see that they think about talking to you, think about how they feel about you. They definitely feel a vibe, of an emotional vibe towards you. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. All right, so let's take a look at what's drawn them towards you. The Six of Pentacles. All right. So there's something about you that is so given, so thinking, you know, so common and so generous, right? And you guys may be a friend. So this could be somebody you work with or somebody that you're friends with. It doesn't matter. I guess it does. But it feels like what pulls them towards you is your generosity. You're always there. You're always supporting. You're always thinking of the ways to solve a problem, or always thinking about how can you make things work, or no matter what, you're just showing up for all the people around you. And this can be your attitude too, your gestures, the things you do for people, the support. You know, even if you're just a shoulder for somebody to talk to, you make somebody laugh. You know, these qualities of you is what's drawn this person towards you. It's not about what you're directly doing for this person. All right. They're looking at you the way you are to everybody around you, and just your demeanor, your personality, and the respect that they have for you. And even if you have very little to give, you seem to always be trying to support everybody around you. Now, for some of you, it could even be that you're just very generous with your time and money. You know, you're like, everybody deserves a good time, everybody. And so I'm feeling this positive attitude from you. All right. A very positive attitude that is getting somebody here to really fall in love with you. Even if it's been taking some time, you can see the Seven of Pentacles, whereas now somebody's actually thinking, you know, I think I have more feelings for my Gemini than maybe I've been letting on, you know. So what is their block, if there's a block? Seven of Swords. This guy was wanting to come through a lot today. You know, being discovered. Maybe they don't want you to know just yet. Right? Their feelings, maybe they like that their feelings are growing for you, and they're kind of spending time just around you and letting it grow, you know, and they just don't want to be exposed just yet. All right, get away from the money. So, you know, and also the other thing I'm getting here too is that obviously their feelings are getting louder, but their block is being exposed too soon. You know, I don't want to be exposed. Because what if we ruin a friendship? Or what if, you know, in the moment I'm feeling these feelings, but then what if they die out? Or what if, you know, the same thing happens again? Or what if I can't trust this? And they're also, it seems like they're afraid to admit that they have feelings with that page of cups and the 7 of swords. It's like whenever I express my feelings to somebody, I'm handing you over the power, right? It puts them at a disadvantage if you know that they have a crush. Maybe they like the attention you give them. All right. I know some of you might be like, look, I try to come from a healthy place. I'm not trying to come from a place of game playing and bullshit, which I know that a lot of us have dealt with. But I'm feeling more of maybe I'm in no rush yet for a commitment, but I'm definitely love the idea of getting your attention. And as I keep getting your attention, I'm starting to realize that I'm enjoying it more than I'm letting on. All right. So this isn't really a game playing. It's just, a lot of people testing the waters before they jump in, because people end up pulling off their masks, and then you're stuck, right? Now you give your heart and you're stuck with somebody who does play games with you. All right. So let's see what you're not seeing about you. I see the 8 of Wands. Maybe you're on fire and you're putting a lot of pressure on yourself or the relationship. Think about that. You like somebody and you're interested in somebody, and now all of a sudden we got all this pressure. We want to push, and if things don't move, we start to get antsy and anxious. And sometimes you may blurt out things that you didn't mean, or say things, or rush things, and then I don't know, you just got a really fast energy here. You want intensity and you want things to be exciting, but maybe this is where you're being, shown to play the long game. If you want something to last longer, it's like crock pot rather than getting fast food. Enjoy the flirting, enjoy the journey, make it last longer. I can see that you're putting a lot of pressure on yourself or the situation. If it's not moving fast enough, you could start to doubt or make excuses, or start to find a way to stop liking somebody because it's not moving fast enough and you're not getting validation. So be mindful of that. All right, so what's the movement this week? I am seeing the 4 of Cups, right? So I do feel like, somebody wants to tell you how they feel, but they're still maybe acting or holding back. It could be unpredictable. It looks like in their head, it looks like I'm thinking about telling you something, but I'm uncomfortable. I don't know how to tell you. I don't know what to say. So you are still kind of playing the flirty game and sensing that somebody may be around you more this week. They may be trying to get your attention in little ways, be in service, or just finding that they're around you. But it still feels like somebody's uncomfortable with, or being very protective. They're thinking, but they don't want to make the move yet, right? So how do they view you, and what's your next step? Look at how they view you, the Queen of Wands, and what should you do, the next step? Let it come together. That's what I got for you. Obviously, this person sees you as a Queen of Wands, whether you're male or female, don't worry about it. But it's like, I'm describing somebody here that's very generous, very given. You show up, you stand out, right? You definitely have a glow about you, very magnetic energy. You just went through your birthday. You're very imaginative, very fun to be around. You lift people up. You're attractive, physically fit, maybe for some of you. Or you just, the whole package just looks really, really tasty to this person. All right. So you are being asked to kind of just let things come together. Not everything is worth knowing or can be figured out in every moment. But the fun part is going back to these times and talking about, when we're finally together, what it was like during those times, and getting used to the playfulness of the frustration that might be happening if you're just trying to, really get somebody's attention. This is the fun part, even though it doesn't seem like it's fun. So you got an Aries, Leo, Sag, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio showing up for you. Taurus, Leo, Aquarius, Scorpio with the World. But let's look at Aries through Pisces, because we have the 7 of Pentacles. Remember, you are still kind of, that card says have a little bit more patience, but for some of you, you've had patience for a long time. So some of you, the question could be, is this just taking way too long, and can I deal with it? Am I holding myself back from something, someone else? Is just this something that keeps me distracted? You may have to answer some of these things, because this energy could be for you, can be short-lived, Gemini. It can be, this is exciting you for now, but it's not really what you want long-term. So you're going to have to reflect on that. Now, if you're in a complicated situation, let's see what's going on with their energy right now, and if anything else Spirit wants you to know. With an Aries, 6 of Swords, it looks like kind of moving on, doing their thing. They still see you guys could cross paths. All right. It looks like, hey, Aries, I just want to kind of chill and see where things go type of energy, right? If some of you are at a distance from this person, it does look like they're just trying to move forward, move on from the situation. Taurus, let things happen naturally with the Taurus. It looks like things are coming together. Remember, you have the World card here, but it is a timing thing. So if you're running out of time or feel like you're running out of time, Taurus may stress you out, because they're still kind of moving at this whatever happens pace. Gemini, you have the 8 of Pentacles. You and another Gemini really could be pretending like you're not interested, but you're very interested. They may be focused, though, on other things in their life right now with the 8 of Pentacles. I got a job. I got to get things done. I maybe can't put all my attention into this right now, but I'm still thinking about you. So there is kind of an avoidant energy here, but not because of, it's more about something that has to be taken care of. Cancer, the Moon card. So, it's still uncertain between you and a Cancer, but the feelings are there. They'll be back around. It's like cycles. Think of the cycles you've gone through with a Cancer. They'll be back around. I don't see it divine just yet, though. So this might be one that you have to question whether or not you can continue to go around in cycles with this person. Leo, 5 of Pentacles, struggling with some of their own problems, maybe focusing on every problem they could possibly have, which is bleeding into the relationship. So they still may be keeping you at a distance. Virgo, 10 of Cups. So Virgo here still sees the potential for this relationship to come together. They saw a full picture with you. They saw an outcome with you. And I see Libra, 2 of Cups. So you and Libra could be having a conversation this week about feelings, right? It feels like we need to talk about what's going on between us, right? So some missing or reconciling, or if you've had some conflict, it looks like we want to talk again. All right, Scorpio, the Justice, right? So Scorpio also may be feeling guilty about something that they did or did not do. You may hear from them. Sagittarius, obviously they feel a strong attachment towards you. The Devil, you're their temptation, so they may pop up again too, but there's still some triggering going on between the two of you. Capricorn, King of Wands. Capricorn, definitely looking at you and looking to reach out towards you. All right, feeling pulled towards you. Aquarius, things could be over between you and an Aquarius. It's time to move on from the situation. And Pisces, wanting to talk about the future, right? They're still interested in you, but you do have a colder energy here, which means they could come in a little bit more detached, but still curious about you. All right, and thank you. I did get Tiara. All right. So we are moving on now to the new birthday babies. Cancer at 49. What is going on? I lost my Cancer timestamp. I must have, nobody said anything in my last live, so maybe I just did it. 49. You guys are like, what is she talking about? All right. Cancer. All right, Cancer, who's coming towards you? And if this part doesn't resonate with you, I will dive into Aries through Pisces for you if you have a complicated situation. I'll see what I can get. All right, Cancer, happy birthday. 8 of Wands showing up for you underneath. So this is talking about things actually picking up pace, even though we are in a retrograde. It feels like the pressure's on, right? It feels like, but be mindful that this is the energy, right? So sometimes we can add too much pressure to a situation. We might say things too quickly, rush things when they shouldn't be rushed. Somebody may be blurting something out to you, wanting to talk, honest communication, but sometimes we say things when we don't expect it, or hear it when we don't expect it. Because, you know, if we're holding back and then sometimes we're not pausing before or breathing before we say something, we may end up, you know, having these conversations and feelings and saying things that might come out the wrong way at times, but they need to come out, right? So just be mindful that there is some of that energy, that things can get passed back and forth really quickly. And we might say something that we mean, but at the wrong time. Now, and this is also travel, acceleration, and communication. So for some of you, even though we're in the retrograde, you could be getting return communication and things starting to pick back up. All right. Now let's see a person. I see a Knight of Pentacles. All right, so maybe some of you have been dealing with a situation, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy, somebody who has been moving at a different pace or a slower pace. Now that makes sense. So this could be the week where you are noticing things pick up for you. You know, somebody wanted to talk about things with you and the pace maybe even growing between you and another person. Now, your person is somebody that takes everything seriously and is very much pays attention to every detail. All right. They are very methodical in their approach to everything. So they're gonna look for the perfect timing, the best place. How can I run into you? How can I talk to you? What should I say to you? I'm very cautious. They may have a lot of things going on in their own life. This is somebody that may have very little room in their everyday life to make space for other people, especially if they're hard workers or strict routine and very disciplined. But this week, it looks like you're getting a break in that, though. So if somebody's showing up and it's really to make time for you, that's saying a lot. This is somebody may be feeling the pressure to make time for you, because it's like, I can't keep moving at this pace forever. I could possibly lose the opportunity with a Cancer if I don't say something. So it's a good week too, where maybe we're doing more together, or somebody's making more space for you to do things, being more consistent, showing up, and following through with some of the plans that they're making for you. All right, so what is pulling them towards you? The Nine of Cups. Honestly, they fully desire you. All right, you are somebody that makes them happy. You know, you're very emotional, very happy to be around. It's your birthday season. All right, that's always a good reason why people are pulled back towards you. All right, it's a reason for people to say happy birthday, to talk to you. You're looking good. All right, everything's amplified with you right now. So you're looking very desirable. You're getting center attention. And you're very loving and available, and often very openly emotional. And this is also what somebody sees in you as well. You're not afraid to express your feelings. And this person, you're open book and very vulnerable. So what draws them to you is your good nature. You're very positive and always trying to make others happy around you too. That's also a very generous energy. What's their block? The Two of Pentacles. You know, that's that cautiousness, right? I don't want to make the wrong decision, or maybe, you know, I need to make more time. That's what I'm getting with your person. It's like you could be dealing with somebody who is just very earthy energy. It's like, I got to do this. My schedule's this. If I make time, you got to work with me. I'll make time in the future. And maybe you are very adaptable, and you're always working with this person. But this block is this person gets overwhelmed if their schedule changes too much, or if they have to make time or move time or shift things. If they, it just feels like anything that shakes up their everyday routine really stresses this person out. Now, they may try to act super confident around you, and they may act like they have it all together, but this person does not have it all together. They like acting like they do, and they work extra hard. They have to keep themselves disciplined in order to keep things rolling. And anytime you make a decision, or this person, or you ask them to do something, this person needs to ponder over every decision they make. And this can keep them frozen in time. It's like, come on, let's just do something. But every time you make a plan with this person, it's almost like you got to wait for them to weigh out every single thing. All right. So you are working, towards an energy, but it feels like this week, you're pushing somebody to actually, they feel the pressure that they have to make a decision. All right. Because whether or not you're getting tired of waiting for something, or they're just feeling like the timing's right. Maybe I feel like I'm being bold this week. Maybe I feel like taking that risk this week and admitting that I want to see you. All right. But you are dealing with somebody that takes money, work, everyday routine, life so seriously, right? Now, let's see you. Queen of Wands, right? You're a multitasker, get everything done, do everything. You don't care. You can have fun, try to have joy, excitement, and you can adapt, but you're dealing with somebody who's a little bit more slower, or cautious. Right. And so maybe this is where you're like, well, I can figure it out. I'll get the plans going, and you're initiating all the time, and you're the one that always constantly doing. You might not realize that it stresses this person out. One thing at a time. Your person's like one thing at a time, and you're like, well, I could do 50 million things at once. What do you mean? You're ready to go. I see the opportunity. Let's go. I get what I want, right? I know you want this. I feel this connection with you. But you're dealing with a Knight of Pentacles. You're dealing with somebody who's like, wait a minute, wait. You know what I mean? And you're very bold and courageous in this energy and authority here. So if you want something, you're going to go at it and get it. And your person's like, slow down at times. You're putting a lot of pressure on me. All right. So you can see the pressure, and you have the Emperor underneath the Eight of Wands, which is somebody who wants the control over the situation, or act like they have control. And they could be holding back or staying guarded because really they're overwhelmed with the pressure that's in this relationship. Maybe even trying to adapt, trying to adjust themselves to be, they could even question whether or not they can keep up with you. All right. So what's the movement this week, and how do they view you? I see the Three of Wands here. So you are making progress with this person, and the way they view you, the Nine of Pentacles, very stable, very grounded, very confident in yourself, and very successful. All right. So this week you may see some movement. Like I said, this person making plans, reaching out, deciding to see where things go, and maybe loosening up their grip a little bit and letting go of control, and finally making a decision about you. But again, you can be very successful and intimidating to this person. So I'm just seeing, Cancer, maybe be mindful at how difficult making certain decisions might be for somebody else. Whereas for you, the reason why you seem so successful is you go for it. You jump at it. You don't hold back, but you're trying to connect with somebody who does. Right. So let's see what your next step. And I'm seeing the Death card. Nothing. Just let this person come towards you. It looks like they're finally showing up and making a decision. And there's nothing really you need to do. This is where let somebody else initiate and take control. You've given so much. You obviously are somebody that's not afraid to make a move, but maybe you need this person to step up, and they need you to step back a little bit so that they can initiate. So if you're in a complicated situation, we'll look at Aries through Pisces. I am seeing earth and fire. You got Scorpio here too. So let's see what each zodiac sign, what I get. So Aries, I see the 5 of Pentacles. You're still kind of dealing with somebody here that sees the worst in everything. They can't see a way out of their problems or a way to fix the problem that might be going on between the two of you. So it doesn't mean this is the outcome, but it does show that there's still kind of a gap between the two of you guys. You're still struggling with the same problem that you may have been having for a while. Taurus, Page of Swords. The Taurus trying to figure out what to say to you. It looks like they're on the fence, getting ready to reach out. You may hear from them. This could even be, you know, it's delayed because I want to make sure I say the right thing. Gemini falling for you. You may be surprised that they have more feelings for you than they're letting on. So they are coming towards you with feelings and intention. Cancer, you have the Tower card, all right? So I am seeing some need for change or chaos around you, or some tension that's building up for you. You have a lot of fire with the Queen of Wands. And if you're going through an argument or a separation with another Cancer right now, it might be too soon to rebuild just yet. Maybe let the dust settle between the two of you. Leo, 2 of Wands. Leo getting ready to initiate contact with you. You could be making plans in the next couple days with that energy. Virgo, King of Swords. So Virgo thinking about what you said to them or thinking about you, all right? So you could be even just talking about or just opening up conversation again because I'm still thinking about you. I can't stop thinking about you. Libra coming back around. You guys have unfinished business, right? So whatever that is for you, it looks like you both are feeling like something is still there between the two of you, or something is going on and we need to address it. Scorpio, Queen of Cups. Scorpio got nothing but love for you, right? Still feels you, still feels this bond with you, still feels connected with you. Scorpio may be doing their inner work, right? Or just doing some time. I don't know, maybe some of you, your Scorpio is doing some time, just trying to process their feelings. Sagittarius is still sad, still upset about the decisions, the choices that were made, still processing. Maybe it's too soon to reconnect. Capricorn going their own way. They still have feelings, but they just feel like it's best, you know, they're feeling a pull to go be by themselves. Aquarius, Strength card, hang on. They're still feeling you, but they may be being stubborn. Pisces, 4 of Swords, also taking some time. Give it a few days, taking some time to really think about what's happened, what's gone down, and just need a little space. All right, so I got for you, Cancer. It did seem like that at first, doing some time. Maybe Scorpio is, hey, you know, that's a good time to really think about your life. I don't want to, I couldn't be in it. I couldn't be there. I would dig a hole with my fingernails. I'd be out. I wouldn't make it. All right. I would not make it in jail. Not nowadays. Well, man, I don't know. You know, sometimes I sit there and I go, you know, 3 meals a day, you know, read some books. I don't know. Maybe I could. 1-0. Happy birthday, Cancer, again. All right, Leo. One more shuffle. Leo, Leo, Leo. All right, who's coming towards you? Ooh, got the Ace of Swords just flew out. All right, so somebody got you on their mind, but let's just take that. I got the Lovers card there too, so let's just take that for now. All right, Leo. And then if you're in a complicated situation and this reading doesn't resonate, I will look at Aries through Pisces and see what energy is coming up for each zodiac. It's the easiest way to do this. All right, you got the Ace of Wands too. So clearly you are on somebody's mind. I got a King of Wands. There's your energy. Could be another fire sign too. It's like, you know, I got you. You know, I'm thinking about you. You know, I'm trying to see what you do. Trying to see what you're thinking. All right. So in the Three of Wands, somebody at a distance or somebody online or somebody that you've been just kind of talking to. You both want the same thing. That's what I got. You know, it's like, yeah, we both feel it. You're still in a phase here. Maybe it's like, what's next? You know, that could be, what do we do with this? I see the fire's on. I got this person on my mind, that I'm on theirs. Well, what do we do? You know, and of course, the Seven of Pentacles. So what do we do? What do we do, Leo? Somebody wants you and you want this person, but maybe you both are stuck in situations that you can't get out of overnight, right? Or you just been down this road before, and your person could be like, I've been down this road before. Yeah, you're hot. Yeah, I want you. Yeah, you make me laugh. Yeah, the chemistry's there. I definitely can't get you off my mind, but your person might be like, I've been down this road before and I get screwed. I'm not doing it again, you know? But yet I'm still feeling pulled towards you. And some people do, unfortunately, carry this heavy wound of every time I give myself, or every time I fall for somebody and fall this hard for somebody, you know, the reality sets in, and then I get burned, you know, or I get left or cheated on or whatever it is, you know. So your person's really kind of pondering whether or not they want to invest and, you know, in a relationship again. You know, it's like, you know, and for some of you, this could even reflect a partnership. If you're in a partnership and you're with somebody and this person here, it clearly says, I think about you. You're all I think about. You're the one on my mind, right? And vice versa, I'm sure for you, Leo, too. But maybe you guys are stuck in your routine. The Seven of Pentacles. I'm bored. Let's do something different. Let's get over this. Let's go try something new. Let's spice up the relationship. Let's, you know, we just keep doing the same old thing all the time. That's that Seven of Pentacles energy. We get stuck in our ruts, and it's just, yeah, who cares? It's comfortable, right? But these kind of relationships, though, some people will leave them and then miss them crazy when they're gone. So it's these moments that really challenge you just to step up and do something different in the relationship, especially when you guys, you know, don't see anybody else but yourselves. You know, you guys love each other, but you'll wait for the other person to finally do something different. All right, so that was for partnerships. Let's see what's pulling towards you. The Page of Wands. So, Leo, somebody wants you and only you, and also wants to spice things up with you. However you want to look at that. Even if it's your marriage partner, they want you to get hot with them. If it's a new person in your life, they are thinking about how much. It's a very much a sexual tension type of energy. All right. But again, I already said that. Where's this going? This person here might be like, I love the fun. I love the initiation. I love the initial stages of a relationship. But when it's time to like, where's this going? This person may all of a sudden slow down. So what's their block? The Temperance card. You know, it's like, I've been down this path before. And time, though, for you could be patience, you know, with somebody like this. You're really taking a risk when you're hanging out with somebody who you know that you want it. And when you're together, you guys are so, you talk, you flirt, you text each other. But the block is, it just seems like you're constantly stuck in what's the next step? you know? And let's see you, and then we'll see what the movement is. It's starting to wear on you. It's starting to weigh on you. You're starting to focus on every problem there could be, or what the hell's going on, or why are they keeping me at a distance, or, it's just starting to wear you down. It's like we all can live in this passionate moment for a minute or two, but we want to grow. We want to evolve. It's a natural human nature just to want to finally do something different. And if you're struggling right now because your person, they want you, how much you want this, but you can't seem to get them to evolve, I'm still seeing that you guys are still kind of stuck on the same routine, the same situation. Any possible movement this week? Now I got the Two of Pentacles. All right, let's see how they view you and your next step, the Six of Pentacles, and your next step, Three of Cups. All right. This week, it still looks like you guys are dealing with the same inconsistencies. All right, I'm still picking that up. All right. Don't mistake someone's on again, off again as not being interested in you. The way they view you is like you are somebody that if there's anybody that's going to get me to make a plan, if there's anybody that's going to get me to change or to renegotiate and to look at the future, it looks like it's you, Leo. So the Seven of Pentacles and the Six of Pentacles, I mean, you might be working really hard with this one, but this one here, you got somebody who, if there's anybody that can change this person's mind, it's you. I've got what you're doing, what you should do. Don't perform, just be you and be happy and keep doing what you're doing with this connection. Maybe bringing in some more love, happy times, good times, trying to lighten things up a little bit with this person. Because it feels like no matter what, if this is worth it for you and this is somebody that you're connecting with, it's like it's about changing your routine a little bit if you're partnered. But if it's somebody you're trying to get with, it looks like, yeah, it might take a little work at first and it's maybe challenging for you right now, but it looks like it will pay off for you in the future. All right, but you obviously got to trust your own intuition with that. This week looks like you're dealing with the same old, but don't give up on this connection is what I'm feeling. Now, if you're dealing with a complicated situation and you just feel like it's going nowhere or you don't know what's going on with a situation, I'll do Aries through Pisces here for you. I see Sag, Aries, Leo showing up for you. Strong fire. Aries, the Strength card. Hang in there with an Aries. Looks like your bond is still there. It's unbreakable. You got some pride. You guys both deal with your ego and pride, but you're somebody that they want. They still think about you. Taurus, Ten of Swords. So I am seeing here there's a separation or an ending happening with the Taurus. Maybe some of you, it's time to move on or embrace it, leave, go. Or your Taurus is dealing with, maybe some of you have been waiting for this moment. They're dealing with an ending of another relationship that's going on behind the scenes. But either way, it is time to move on from a situation and let some healing happen. Gemini, all right, Gemini making a decision to maybe reach out. Your relationship with a Gemini could be moving in a different direction. Cancer, Knight of Wands. No, Cancer coming in to flirt. They feel a strong magnetic pull towards you. The chemistry you guys have is still there. It hasn't gone anywhere. Leo, Seven of Swords. Leo, you're questioning everything. Don't know if you can trust the situation or trust another Leo. Maybe we're confronting that this week, deciding whether or not you can trust. But there's trust issues between you and another Leo, and they're still there. Virgo, conversation with the Virgo coming in. Maybe we need to clear something up. Libra coming back around as well, too. You have some karma there or unfinished business with a Libra. Scorpio, Eight of Wands, a mouthful coming in with a Scorpio. You guys may be talking again, reconnecting again, things getting exciting. with you and a Scorpio. Sagittarius, trying to be all cutesy, reaching out to you too as well. Remember, we're in a retrograde, so some of this can be people coming back around and try and get your attention. Capricorn still has feelings for you that keep growing. If they're holding back right now, their feelings are still growing. Aquarius doing their own thing right now, focusing on their finances, their independency. And Pisces getting ready to reach out, right? Or talk, connect with you again. All right, Leo. All right, thank you. Virgo. All right, give me like 20 seconds to really get a good shuffle here for Virgo. Hello, homeschooler. All right, Virgo, let's take a look. Who's coming towards you in your energy? And if you're in a complicated situation and you know somebody's not really around you right now, I'll look at Aries through Pisces and see the potential. We do have a retrograde, so maybe they will come around. All right. 10 of Pentacles. I like it already. You know, so it's like I see the full picture. I'm still invested. I am connected. I am seeing. You're part of the fam. All right. 3 of Wands, future planning here. Somebody planning on, they see it. They see it. They know it. They want it. In their life anyways, you know, they're definitely wanting some more stability in their life, and that's you too as well. So we could be talking about where are things really going this week, you know, and the possibility of long-term commitment is really here on the horizon. So some of my Virgos really could be questioning this week, am I with the right person? Is this it? Is this where I'm going? Am I content? So let's see your person's energy, the 9 of Swords. They are dealing with some stress that's going on though. I kind of feel like this was earthy energy for Taurus too, you know, so maybe somebody you're dealing with, Virgo, is nervous about where things are going, nervous about the future. It's becoming real. Could be somebody here that you're planning on getting together. If it's long distance, you guys are finally making plans to see each other, or you're finally making plans to take something that has been just talk, and now we're going to really land in and decide to make it real. So somebody's getting really nervous because it's becoming real. And even though, you know, it's like it's happening even if they want it to stop. It's like it's naturally moving forward. And that's what happens when, you know, when God wants you together with somebody. Your person, though, is panicking. Let's see what's pulling them towards you. The Wheel of Fortune. Fate. It's like, I can't leave. I can't leave. I can't go. Something is drawing us together. I know there's something there. You know, they feel it. You guys keep coming back for a reason, or, you know, they just know that, You know, they have been calling this in. They've been wanting more stability in their life. They're wanting routine. They're wanting a family. They're wanting home. They're wanting, but they're also nervous because they're also freaking out that they're taking a risk or taking their chances with you, because maybe they feel like you are risky. Maybe they don't know how you truly feel, or they don't really feel like you are as connected to them or like them as much as they might like you. But they are seeing you or feeling the pull that you guys are becoming something real. This season, bringing it home for them. Let's see what their fear is, their block, the Knight of Cups. Oh, being vulnerable, falling in love. This is somebody that's been burned before, guys. You might be that special Virgo that's new and it's not me, and I wouldn't do that. But this is somebody who's given their heart, fallen in love, been married maybe, or has been engaged before. And every time they do, something happens, and they're starting to become more vulnerable with you, and it's becoming real for them. So this retrograde could be making them second guess everything. The last time I was down this road, but their heart's being pulled towards you, and they can't stop calling you or texting you or showing up or coming around. But I'm letting you know, these cards are like, this person is like, at the same time, they got the gas and the brake on at the same time. Gas and brake at the same time. And the heart's going to win. Let's see you. What's going on with you? The Eight of Cups. Are you being kind of nonchalant? And are you feeling, Virgo, you're going to have to ask yourself if you are really feeling pulled towards somebody, or are you starting to, the more real it becomes, are you starting to not care as much, or are you being more nonchalant, or are you pulling your energy away as soon as you start to get somebody? Because it feels like that. It feels like every time this person starts to open up, there's something about you that is, you're trying to walk away. Something inside you is saying, I'm not sure if this is really everything I want. So this retrograde is going to be hit. I'm feeling that for you and your person. This retrograde is really going to be self-reflecting a lot, because you have somebody that you're getting to fall in love with you, but you're showing up as, I'm feeling like I want to walk away. I'm not 100% sold. And the more somebody falls for you, all of a sudden you walk away. Are you going to run? Or is this you being protective of yourself? What's their movement towards you this week? I see the Four of Swords. So it does feel like they may there could be some silence. There could be some silence here going on between you and this person. I am seeing here, rest, relax, give it a few days before you decide to make any decisions. If some of you are feeling pulled, or if your person's pulling away from you, they might be thinking that you're not as into them as they are you. So somebody obviously stressing out or worried because they're falling for you. How do they view you? The Eight of Pentacles. You're getting an avoidant energy. You're throwing yourself into your projects, work, or you're just acting nonchalant and acting distant. So I'm getting that you're acting distant. Maybe you don't realize it. Maybe things don't bother you as much as they used to bother you. And that's a sign that somebody feels like, are you pulling away? So you could notice some silence this week. But I would say don't jump to conclusions. What should you do? Five of Wands. As I say, don't jump to conclusions. Five of Wands. This is picking your battles. Pick your battles wisely this week. It looks like somebody is chewing on a lot when it comes to feelings. This is somebody that's really seeing you as somebody long-term, and maybe even feeling like something's changing with you. Like maybe you're not fully invested as much as they are. All right. Now, if there is some arguments or tests or challenges this week, I'm just seeing pick your battles, especially if this person pulls away a little bit. It looks as though they're wanting to make sure that this is it because they're naturally being pulled to get comfortable with you. Now, if you're in a complicated situation and you're not in contact or anything like that, I will pull a card and see what's going on for each zodiac sign. Remember, all this may or may not resonate. You need a personal to get to the real point. Aries, I'm seeing 2 of Wands. So you got an Aries thinking about reaching out to you. You're still on their mind. All right. That fire's still burning. Taurus, 10 of Swords. All right. So maybe Taurus is afraid things will end, or they've gone through a divorce and they're petrified to fall in love again. Or it could be completely over between you and a Taurus. Gemini, 4 of Cups. Gemini's still feeling, still thinking about you, still thinking about what you guys have gone through, but they're still withdrawn and very protective and not letting you know how much they care about you. So keep doing that. They're going to miss their opportunity. Cancer, I'm seeing 10 of Wands. All right, so Cancer might be pretending like nothing's bothering them, but obviously it's weighing on them. The situation's still weighing on them. Leo, acting like they have control over the situation. They're being very guarded. But to me, it's a control issue. They're being stubborn. A Leo will reach out. Virgo, King of Swords. Virgo, you being emotionally distant? Are you being detached a little bit? Because I am seeing here that you and another Virgo here kind of face off here with who can be more detached than the other person. So you could be having a talk about real feelings here with another Virgo. Libra, 6 of Pentacles. Libra putting in more effort or wanting to connect with you, reconcile on a friendly basis. Scorpio, the Moon card, things are still kind of up in the air. Don't make any quick decisions just yet. There's emotions, but obviously there could be other things going on that you're not seeing a full picture yet. Sagittarius, 5 of Cups, missing you and feeling bad the way things turned out, but I still feel distant, needing time to process. Capricorn, right? Scorpio, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Capricorn, 6 of Cups. So Capricorn getting ready to reach out. You are one of a kind is what I just got. Aquarius, Tower card. Aquarius could be going through a lot of change right now and disruption. And, maybe this situation between the two of you has disrupted their life. But there's a lot of chaos going on right now. So things have to settle before we can see a clear picture. Pisces, Hanged Man. Pisces still hanging around, but not making any choices. Things haven't changed. All right. Petrified. I mean, there are, look, I do my research and I listen to a lot of people and I hear a lot of people and I see both sides, and damn, there are some people out there that have a strong story about, I'm not getting in a relationship. I just came out of bullshit. I don't want to do it again. And could definitely be terrified to commit again. When it starts to get real, you really start to see the fears show up. All right, 128. All right, Libra. All right, give me a few minutes to shuffle. No, a few seconds, not minutes, to shuffle. All right, Libra, let's take a look at who's coming towards you. Any movement this week, how they view you. And if you're in a complicated situation, I will pull Aries through Pisces to hit on that too. Four of Cups. All right, so we're denying, we're withdrawn, we're not letting you in. You know, this is, your memory is still alive with them. They're still, and the same thing with you. It's the energy beneath, so it's for both of you. All right. Who's gonna say first? Who's gonna say something first? Somebody still longs for what you guys had. But you got a King of Swords and you have the Four of Cups. They're not gonna make it easy to let you know. But the memories between the two of you, or the last time they saw you, or when they connect with you, is still definitely alive and on their mind. Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. Your person, look at the Ace of Swords. They got an air energy. Thinks about you all the time, but won't say anything. Every thought that comes to their mind always comes back to you. You know, but you got somebody here that a King of Swords is, it's just not going to be easy for them to admit to that, depending on what's gone down between the two of you or what they've been through. You know, I feel like the King of Swords can stay the longest, you know, detached, and it could test you. All right, let's see what's drawing them to you. The Five of Pentacles. I don't know, are you pouting? Did they leave you high and dry, or they see you disappointed, struggling? What draws them to you is they don't like to see this. Maybe they didn't expect things to turn out the way they did. You know, they could also see you, you expect the worst from them, so I feel like they're going to try and give you the best, though. So that could be a future action. Like maybe you doubt them, or you do have, you know, you're feeling down about something, and it feels like this person wants to see you smile, wants to see, doesn't want to see you struggling. All right, where are you taking me, Spirit? What's the block? The Hermit card. The block is either distance, which I'm just going to call out right away, but it's also somebody who withdraws to figure out themselves. And this is who I'm picking up on. If it's not you, it's your person that just, until I know what I really want, I will withdraw and try to figure myself out. Yes, there's feelings, but I need to process alone and in my own time before I can make a move. And, you know, if this is somebody that's been down a long road, or somebody that's older, or somebody is stuck in their ways, that can be disappointing for you. Especially, you know, if you're like, I know they feel, I know they're thinking about me, or I want to talk to them, but you're dealing with somebody that could take a friggin' forever to figure out their shit. They're fine by themselves. You know, and I feel like maybe you deserve better. This isn't somebody that changes easy. This isn't somebody, it's like, you know, you're trying to teach an old dog new tricks. You know, but they're pulled towards you. They don't want to disappoint you. So, like, what's going on here? What are you not seeing about yourself? The Emperor card. Are you guarded too, wanting to control the situation? Are you misreading this person? Two people afraid to get hurt and focusing on everything that could go wrong, focusing on the problems that could go wrong rather than, but I am seeing for you, you know, you may be wanting to maintain control of the situation and you're trying to control a King of Swords or control a Hermit, and you're so focused on it that it's just their personality. A very distant person. What's the movement this week and how do they view you? I see the King of Wands. Maybe you guys will talk. And they view you the Seven of Cups. All right. What should you do? Page of Pentacles. All right. Well, all right. I don't know. Are both of you guys tainted? What's going on here? Your person doesn't want you to know how much that they still care about you. Bottom line. And you're trying to control the situation and trying to get them maybe closer to you or to open up. And this person here, their block is it's not easy for them. They take time to process their own feelings, and they like to be alone to do this. Now, they view you as the Seven of Cups. They might view you as you're uncertain. They don't trust that you're 100% sold on this person, that you really want this person. Or is this just a temporary? Or are they an option? Do you have other options? I think both of you guys are afraid that you guys are just passerbys and that there's other options. And yet I think you both are a lot alike. And you guys just need to take it slow and figure things out instead of trying to project onto each other. Because I feel like you both are kind of distant and having a hard time being vulnerable. And yet pointing fingers maybe at each other. Two people who are trying to have control and are very guarded. And somebody sees you as questionable. You being the Seven of Cups, the way they view you, tells me that you're confused about what you actually want and that you're living in your head. So I'm getting for you the Page of Pentacles. This week, slow and consistent movement. There could be talk, this person trying to connect with you, but maybe we're misunderstanding each other. That's what I have for you, Libra. Maybe you guys are misunderstanding each other, and we need to come back down to reality here and just talk about, you know, talk about the friggin' weather and see if you can start over, start fresh. Because even with the Ace of Swords, it seems to me like you guys are judging each other, but not getting it right. All right. If you're in a this seems complicated anyways. Give me a message for Aries through Pisces and see what I can get. You have fire showing up for you, earth showing up for you. So let's see Aries through Pisces. If you're connected with an Aries, I see the Three of Pentacles. You guys are figuring each other out, just trying to make it work. There could be a misunderstanding over who's doing what, who's putting in the effort. There could even be question of whether or not we have enough in common. But the Three of Pentacles is telling me you guys are making it work some way or another. Taurus keeps getting the Ten of Swords. All right, Taurus may be done or just dealing with a difficult time in their life right now, and they need time alone, space by themselves. Gemini, feeling the love. You guys are mirroring each other. It looks like you guys could be connecting, sharing a moment this week or sharing feelings. Cancer, getting ready to reach out. There is a feeling of restlessness. Maybe I want to make sure I say the right thing. Leo, things could be over or nothing's changed with you and a Leo. Virgo, Nine of Cups. So, you know, maybe there's going to be a magic moment here where Virgo finally expresses their feelings. You know, Virgo wants this. Virgo wants you. Libra, Knight of Pentacles. Discernment, judgy, paying attention to every little detail, trying to figure everything out, trying to make everything perfect. I feel like you're connecting with another person where it's like nobody wants to let go of control here. You know, you're moving forward here with another Libra, but it looks like you guys are waiting for everything to be super perfect. Scorpio, Four of Swords, taking a break, resetting, maybe just went through something painful. Sagittarius, opening up their heart. You may get a message from your Sagittarius, more feelings than you thought. Capricorn, the Sun card. So some growth between you and a Capricorn, you know, falling in love. Aquarius, maybe future plan, talking about the future. Seven of Pentacles, you know, trying to, maybe they're taking space right now so they can reevaluate where things are going. Pisces, Nine of Swords. Pisces, sweating everything, anxious about everything. They feeling regret. They have to tell you something. All right, Libra, your reading was something. Hopefully you got something out of that. Hello, Varian. We got Viking in the house. All right, one. Are they exposing today? Am I exposing stuff? How am I coming across? Because I'm like, I don't freaking know. And I'm just like, sometimes, you know, the way people perceive things, I don't know. And remember, it might be your moon sign. Look at your moon sign today. If your sun sign isn't, all right, let's see. You're welcome. Thank you for being here. Hello, Tracy. All right, Scorpio. Let's take a look. These readings have been, you know, wild today. So let's see what's going on. Who's coming towards you? Why? How do they view you? And any movement this week. But depending on the reading, I'll look at Aries through Pisces, whether it's a complicated situation, somebody you're at a distance with. But if the first part doesn't resonate, maybe the second part will. All right, Page of Swords. I got something to tell you. This is the overall energy. So maybe you're talking to somebody, communicating already, or just waiting for them to say something. There's been something unsaid, or you want to say something. You know, we are in retrograde, so it could be somebody getting ready to say something to you, reach out to you, or you are thinking about reaching out to somebody. But the overall energy this week ahead is, you know, I gotta clear something up. I gotta talk. I gotta connect. We gotta talk or discuss about something. You know, and Scorpio, it looks like you have got something you've got to say too as well. Maybe you think something's over, but it's not quite over. We need to talk about something before it is. All right. So let's see your person. Five of Cups. Your person's going through something, obviously. Regret. They could be mourning this connection or another connection that has ended. The Death card is showing up. You know, and this past couple of weeks, a lot of people have been going through that. So your person could be mourning right now, still mourning any kind of regret between you and situation, or they're just sad or dealing with something beneath the surface that maybe you're not, maybe you're not aware of to what depth. your person is feeling sad about something. So let's see what draws them to you. The Temperance card. Maybe you make them feel balanced. You allow them space to open up. Some of you, you're always there. Even if they pull over or they pull back a little bit, it seems like they can trust that you're always there at the right time. Maybe you're there at the right time and don't realize it. Maybe you're doing more than you realize, but you are dealing with somebody that's processing some grief. Everybody deals with grief differently. But there's something about, it's more quiet between the two of you, but there's something about even your presence or being around or knowing that you're still there that is bringing some sort of comfort to this person. So, you know, it might play out, this might last a while. You never know how long somebody needs to grieve, or if you guys are in any kind of separation right now because of some, you know, regret or anything that's happened. This is telling me here that this person still feels a pull towards you and just is waiting for the right time. And even with the Page of Swords here, you know, maybe messages are delayed for a reason, but they'll come through at the right time. I guess Sagittarius energy. What's their biggest block right now, if any? The Lovers. They're not feeling it. The separation. You guys are not seeing eye to eye right now. If that's the case, they could be going through a loss of another relationship, or you guys broke up or are going through a separation because you guys are not seeing eye to eye on some matters, on the future, on what needs to happen. This person may feel like they're disappointing you. You know, I'm going to pull out the rest of the cards before I finish that thought. All right. What are you not seeing? The Sun card. This person's in love with you. There is growth happening. This is, you'll make it through whatever this is right here. This feels like I'm pulling up a very sensitive situation that's coming up that is might be pulling you and a partner away at the moment. But this partner somewhere in the midst of all this is, you're always there at the right time. You mean more to this person than you realize. Maybe you're not feeling it because this person processes grief differently. And you're questioning things, or you're not seeing it. But what you don't see is that this person is actually in love with you, but maybe can't express it right now, or has regret. Maybe they feel like you're not what they want. Especially with the block being the Lovers card. It's like right now you and this person are not seeing eye to eye. All right. And so what is the movement and how do they view you in the next step? So this week, the Devil, how do they view you? Two of Swords. So they really do feel like you're just not seeing, you're indifferent to them. And I'm seeing the triggering happen in this week. You could be tempted this week to make some sort of choice or decision when it comes to cutting somebody out or walking away from somebody, or saying something. And I just feel like this is not the time. That's your reading. This is not the time. I feel like your person really maybe needs you on a more emotional, spiritual energy right now. Maybe they can't be there for you every second of the day. So you're going to have to do something with your life, do something with your day. And this person, the Lovers card, love will pull you guys together. But it looks like this week there could be some temptation, there could be some triggering, there could be some negative energy that's going on between the two of you, or something that is pushing you guys into healing, growth of something. What should you do? The Two of Cups. Be understanding. Be understanding, Scorpio. Your person may be processing something bigger than you realize. It could be about their worth in the relationship. It could be about how you feel about them. It could be about a lot of things going on. It could be about the relationship, whether or not maybe they're disappointed at the way, at what you want. Maybe you saw things or see things and they can't seem to fulfill things for you, whatever that is. But your person's in love and there's growth to be had here in this relationship. But right now, I feel like you're going through something with a person in your life. And I got Capricorn, Sagittarius, I have Leo. And you're being asked to just be more understanding of your person's feelings this week. Because they may be terrified or scared that you could judge them right now and leave, or you could decide to make a choice to not even to take them back if that's the case. But you're being asked here, if there's a conversation, maybe if it's not this week, it's coming in for you guys to really understand what's going on with your person. And if this is regret towards the separation you guys are having, I do feel like your person longs for you more than you think and wants to be together with you more than you think. And if they do come around, you could be reconciling here, but you are being asked to be more compassionate towards something that they are going through. All right, let's see Aries through Pisces for you. Aries, Knight of Wands, all right? So if you are connected to somebody and it's complicated, or it's just whatever. I got Aries, the Knight of Wands. I have a real fun person. Aries really has sexual attraction towards you. You guys may be reconnecting or connecting to go somewhere. But it looks like some fun times coming in with your Aries. Taurus, Three of Pentacles. We are seeing working things out, making things happen, working together and figuring it out. Gemini, getting over any kind of confusion and finally deciding to move forward with this connection. Cancer, we see a decision that could change the direction of your relationship. So this is a renewal, possibly. Leo, the Star card. So they're not losing faith in this either, right? Don't lose hope in this connection. You guys want to see each other or think about each other. Virgo, I see the Seven of Swords. They're not being 100% transparent with you right now. So be mindful to not ignore it or ignore the red flags. Libra, King of Pentacles. So Libra landing in a more serious energy. So this could take off. They could be coming back around to stabilize the connection. Scorpio, you have the Justice card. So maybe you're wanting somebody to make something right for you and you feel like somebody's not being fair or you're not getting the truth about a situation. But I am feeling like maybe you're more upset about something, but your person's needing a little bit of a break this week. They may, it might not be as bad as you think. You and another Scorpio could definitely be reconciling. But this kind of pride, you need to get stuck on making something right could also get in the way. Sagittarius, Two of Wands. Sag wanting to reach out, all right? They're still hanging out. They're still thinking about you. Capricorns regretting, not sure what to say. Every time I say something or every time I do something, I feel bad about something or, or I'm going to say the wrong thing. Or they just could be dealing with a lot of freaking crazy worry in their life. Aquarius, Seven of Wands. Aquarius, very defensive energy. They got their block up, their wall up. I'd be careful with that one if you're in no contact. It looks like they're still on a mission. But, for some of you, if you are in contact, it's just they're very defensive, so you just be prepared for it to create boundaries. Pisces, Eight of Wands, right? So the pressure's on communication. You guys could have a talk this week. honest feelings, where things going. Be mindful that things can get out of hand too as well. Oh, there goes my owl. My poor babies. The wise old owl. All right, so we're moving on to Sagittarius. All right, Sag. Let's see who's coming towards you. And dependent on that reading, we're going to look at how they view you in the movement, but also Aries through Pisces. If you're in a complicated situation, I'll pull a card. All right, we got the Hanged Man. So obviously you're feeling kind of like, where are things going? What's going on? I feel stuck and I don't know what to do. Do I let go? Do I move on? What do I do? Or I just hang here and just wait? You know, it's like, sometimes it is just let it go. Let go of it and see what happens. If something's taking too much pressure, it's too hard, you know. But then there's an energy of procrastination here too. It's like, I know what I got to do, you know, so it's time. It could be time for some of you to finally, look at that, move. You're feeling the pressure to move, to change something. And so that can show up in all kinds of different ways. It's, you know, if you're feeling the pressure that something needs to change and your person's not budging, some of you guys could be like, all right, it's time. This isn't working for me. Some of you might be ready to roll forward and move, and things could move pretty fast. You know, you speak your mind, get it off your chest. I'm seeing your person here, the Five of Swords. You know, they're constantly leaving you with more questions than answers. You know, you have a conversation, you feel like you're getting somewhere, and then it feels like you didn't get anywhere. Or you're at the end of the conversation, you're still feeling confused, or you have a great conversation going on, and then all of a sudden it turns in a different direction. You don't know what your person's motives are. You don't know what their motives are. You're constantly trying to figure things out, and they just leave you guessing, leave you questioning. What pulls them towards you though? The Three of Pentacles. They like what you got. They like how you work. You guys work well together, but also you're always putting in effort. You probably put more work into this person than anybody else has. You put a lot of effort into this relationship, and this person does not know what they want. So that you're getting to this, like I said at the beginning, this week, if things really get to you, you may get tired of being the one that's always putting in the most effort. But you call, they come. You text, they answer. You figure out the plans and they go for it. This does not mean that they don't see your quality, see your value, see it, but they are just like, they do not want to make a decision. They don't know exactly what they want, which can be very hard for you because it can be very confusing to you too. Why do you keep showing up then? Get off my doorstep. But this is somebody that doesn't want to, they think the whole world or a situation's going to stick around until they have plenty of time to finally make a decision. Meanwhile, you're the one putting in most of the work to keep it happening. If you were to pull away, they'd probably notice it immediately. What's their biggest block with this Five of Swords, the Three of Swords? They don't want to get hurt again. You know, they're hooked on you because, one, you probably give them more attention and do more for them than anybody's ever done or in a while. You guys have a lot in common. You may have same friends. You may get along great, which is really messed up because you're like, we get along so great. What the hell is going on? But you have somebody here that does not want to get hurt again. Their biggest block is making a decision to let you in and then getting burned. And whether that happened before between the two of you or it's happened recently with them with a recent breakup, they may be wanting to give it more time. Maybe you are trying too hard with somebody that needs more time, but it doesn't mean that it's not potential for you guys. But it does mean that you got to let go and you got to let it be. You can't force change in this. Even if you feel like, yeah, we have so much in common, when they're ready, you know, they'll make a decision. But you don't need to be waiting or doing more to get them to make a decision. Let's see you, the Temperance card. You're just kind of doing it, being patient, hoping for the right time, hoping it'll work out. I mean, you're pretty chill, but maybe you're being too patient. You might be pretending yourself that you don't need commitment, that everything's easygoing, everything's good. But are you telling yourself a lie? Because right now, this person may need your support. They may like your support. They may like your friendship. They may want you around because they can see potential in the future, but you can't build something off potential. And some of you be waiting around until, and what if they never do? But they keep circling and they will keep circling around you because you put in a lot of effort. What's their movement this week? I'm seeing the Queen of Cups. How do they view you? They know that it's taking a toll on you. They can tell that they're stressing you out. What should you do? Eight of Swords. You got to be real with yourself. They're still healing. They're still processing. They're not ready to make a move towards commitment. They may be hoping that you hang around and keep it as a friendship or keep it more like acquaintances or work together or be together. They don't want to lose that with you. They don't want to lose you in that. But if you're needing and they know that you want more and you're waiting and holding on, that can also cause the stress that they can feel that they're causing you. A lot of stress. Like, you don't want to give up on this. You don't want to give up. But I'm still getting that your person's still going through some processing. And at this point here, you may not know. It's just not the right time for you, for this person to show up for you. But for those of you that have been on this road for a long time, I'm still getting, it's just the Hanged Man and the Temperance card. You're still waiting. Let's take a look at Aries through Pisces and see if you are in this situation and you're just not knowing where things will go. I will pull a card to see potential. But you really have to sit with yourself and ask yourself, is this really my story, or am I really hanging on to just hope and possibilities with somebody who just isn't in a place to make a decision just yet? So let's see, Aries, because somebody's process can take anywhere. Soon can be anything. Aries, 5 of Cups. So right now I'm still seeing disappointment with you and Aries. They're still processing some grief. So right now the potential is looking, disappointed, not the way you want it to turn out. Taurus, no, Queen of Swords, there could be potential in the future, seeing things differently. Things may lighten up between the two of you. Gemini, 7 of Swords, you may have to face some sort of truth about this. It's just, it doesn't seem like they're being honest with you, or you can see it's denial. Cancer, 7 of Wands. So I am seeing that it's really hard to get them to knock down their walls. They've got their walls up. They got their guards up. But with a Cancer, though, it might be challenging, but it could be a challenging road forward. But obviously, there's also promise there, too, that something could come of this. Leo, I got the Fool cards, though. You may get a fresh start with the Leo, right? Anything's possible here. Virgo, same thing. Magician. It's a matter of time, though. This person feels very attracted to you, feels a strong pull. Libra, King of Cups. They have deep feelings for you, so this could turn into something more. Scorpio, 8 of Wands. Could be a short-lived relationship, meant to be short-lived. It's very passionate, intense, but it does feel short-lived. Sagittarius, you already know the answer. The High Priestess is coming up for you. You already know, and there could be some silence between you and another Sag too still. Capricorn, I see the Knight of Cups, so love will find a way. Aquarius, I'm also seeing growth, healing, and love with an Aquarius. And Pisces could end up in a serious commitment with a Pisces, right? Remember, you guys know your answers. Hello, learning. Hello, Bernadette. All right, we are moving on to Capricorn. Get in there. 2. All right, give me a few seconds to get a good shuffle. All right, Capricorn. So who is coming towards you and why? And if this part doesn't resonate, I will pull Aries through Pisces. All right. All right, you got the 10 of Wands here. So something getting heavy. 2 of Swords, a decision. Do I make something more? You got the 10 of Swords here too, the 2 of Swords. It just feels like you're kind of stuck. What do I do? Something's too difficult. Something feels difficult. But maybe you don't have to do anything. Maybe this energy will pass. Let's see. Your person, Judgment, Scorpio energy or fire energy. So somebody's got you on their mind and wants to be honest. This is an important decision about where this relationship is going. So you had the 10 of Wands, 10 of Swords, and the 2 of Swords. And it looks like your person values and wants to be real. So for some of you, it's like, I don't know if I want to lose this connection, even though it feels like it might be over for some of you. It's not. Sometimes it's a wake-up call, that last bit of a wake-up call. And, you know, and for some of you, somebody's going through a divorce. Somebody's dealing with somebody from that's very heavy. And then here you come. And it's like, you're my fresh start. You're my second chance. And yet I'm still being weighed down by the burdens of others. You might be somebody's like breath of fresh air. And so maybe they're hoping not to be judged by you, or hoping that things, you know, can be different between the two of you. If they are, it doesn't matter if you guys had gone through something heavy or if they're going through something heavy, and they're starting a relationship with you. Either way, it kind of feels like, I want a fresh energy, a fresh start, but maybe they need you not to be so harsh with them right now. If you find yourself being kind of judgmental or always having the answers for somebody. You know, it's always easy to see somebody out of their own problems, but not our own. What draws them towards you? Queen of Swords. Most of the time, you're probably right. You probably got a great perspective. You say what you need to say. You got a backbone. You're smart. You know, you try to be objective. And maybe you are funny and witty and try to help this person see the bright side of things. You know, so either way you look at this, you got somebody here that values your input and maybe does think you're right. And, you know, and you were right. So somebody here could also even be thinking about when you were right and now they see clearly. What's their biggest block right now? The King of Swords. Being honest. Their biggest block is knowing that they need to face the truth and speak the truth, and it can be very stubborn energy. This kind of King of Swords does not want to admit they're wrong. They may have said things harsh to you, they may have been cold to you, and it feels like other pressure has been on them and they may have directed it at you. But now they've got to admit that they were wrong and that they may have directed their stress at you. So be aware of that. They could be dealing, like I said, it's hard to say. There's two relationships or two situations going on. And the block being the King of Swords, it can be somebody who, you know, just gets stuck in their own head, in their own ways, and thinks they know the way. But obviously something you said or did was right, and this person knows it. What are you not seeing? Let's see you. The Strength card. Maybe you're not, maybe you lack confidence in something that you said, or you don't realize how strong of an influence you have over this person. Maybe you don't see how intimidating you are, or how strong you come on too. That could be one too. Sometimes I like to show you the different sides of it, but maybe this person, are you boasting? Are you going to brag if you were right about everything? But you may come across as somebody that's very strong, very, you know, a champ, guarded as well too, because you guys are similar. You guys seem to have a lot in common, and you have pride here too. So maybe for some of you, it's not boasting if somebody's trying to tell you you were right about something. But you have more influence over this person than you realize. Somebody very attracted to you, very pulled to you. Maybe even your stubbornness attracts them too. Just be you. All right. The movement this week and how they view you. Three of Pentacles. How do they view you? The Moon card. A little upset. And what you should do. Page of Cups. So I'm getting softened up this week. You might be a little bit emotional. Maybe you are feeling uncertain about where things are going. But what I'm seeing here is you're the one, it feels like you guys are going to pull together. You're somebody that this person wants to make it work with. You know, so maybe some of you are being a little overly emotional, and what you're not seeing is you might be being intense with your emotions at times too. But this person wants to make it work with you, and I am seeing here lighten up with the Page of Cups and be vulnerable this week. Because if some of you are too strong and hate to be vulnerable, this could be a week this person may want you to show more vulnerability to them. If you're overly emotional, this could be a week where somebody, you know, may need you to soften up a little bit around the edges too, maybe not be so overly emotional about the situation, because it looks like I'm doing everything I can to make it work. All right, so if you're connected to an Aries through Pisces, what do I want to look at? Aries through Pisces, how do they feel about the connection? Aries definitely feeling worried about the connection, worried about a lot of it, worried about regret. Feels like there's a lot of anxiety between the two of you. Taurus loves you, feels good around you, wants to be around you. You may be their fresh energy that they would rather be around you than anybody. Gemini feels the energy growing between the two of you. Even if you guys pull away from each other, there's still something growing in the background. A lot of love there. Cancer is feeling worn out from the connection, but it's still not giving up. But just feels like you guys have something that's been ongoing and it needs to give already. Leo, you trigger them. You guys have a lot of lust for each other, want each other. But there could be other things going on that you guys have control issues and or trigger each other. So Virgo, very defensive energy with Virgo. They could be blocking you or just have their walls up, and it's hard for you to get through their defense mechanisms. Libra, everything's coming together in time with a Libra. Just allow things to work its magic. Scorpio, making plans for the future to see you. Sagittarius, still needing time apart. All right, they're still dealing with the loss or a loss or the loss of this situation. They're hurt. Capricorn, Temperance card. So you'll know when the right timing will come through, when it's supposed to come through. Let things happen naturally between you and another Capricorn. Aquarius, you need to confront some truths with an Aquarius. You can't trust them. Pisces, Queen of Pentacles. All right, so Pisces here looks like leaning towards something more serious with you. They care about this. They care about the connection. All right, we are on Aquarius. And don't forget, I have a couple people signed up for the super chats, but once I'm done, I'm only staying open for a little bit. So if you want to get a question in, go ahead and get that in. Aquarius 218. All right, give me like 20 seconds to get a good shuffle. All right, Aquarius, let's see who's coming towards you, how they view you, their movement this week, if any. And then Aries through Pisces. If the first part doesn't resonate with you, maybe the second part will give you something. 8 of Wands, moving and grooving. Let's go. Look at this. Finally, it's the movement. Full send, full speed ahead. 6 of Pentacles. On the same page with somebody. All right, somebody wants this. Somebody likes you. Somebody sees potential. Somebody gets pretty excited, but also sometimes things get a little bit, you get ahead of yourself, or they get ahead of themselves. All right, so it looks like you could see some movement this week when it comes to somebody really wanting to see you, somebody wanting to travel to you, connect. This could even be long distance travel. Some of you planning that, or a person planning on inviting you somewhere. Look at this, your person's energy, Page of Swords. How do I ask you? How do I talk to you? Maybe I want to talk to you. Somebody likes talking to you. Somebody definitely likes talking to you. And maybe it happens like out of nowhere and you guys talk, and then, you know, all of a sudden it goes quiet and then you talk, but somebody's saying, this could even be, the 6 of Pentacles can be a friend of yours too, that you guys just seem to be talking a lot. You know, they want to ask you out. I am getting somebody might just blurt out this week that they want to talk to you. They want to go somewhere. What's pulling them towards you? I have an air energy, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. I also have fire. I don't know. Have you pulled your energy back a little bit? What's pulling them towards you is you pulling yourself away, or you being indiscreet, or you being quiet, or you not sharing what's going on. You're confusing somebody. But I feel like somebody may blurt out this week their truth about how they feel, or they might say something to you. They might be acting like they don't notice that you've pulled your energy away or that you're doing something, but then they say something and you're like, why'd you ask me that? Because they're more curious about you than they're letting on. What's their biggest fear or block? 5 of Pentacles, getting rejected by you again, or getting rejected by you in general. This could be somebody that's not, I just wanted to say, like, and it may not be for anybody, but I got frumpy. I got somebody who is pretty simple and doesn't really doll themselves up or do anything. And maybe they feel like they don't look good, or, you know, they're not appealing to you, or, you know, they don't spend a lot of money on, you got somebody who's very frugal. There's nothing wrong with that. But maybe you're somebody that's very expressive and you like to spend money, you like to do things. Now, this person might be like, I feel awkward around you. Let's see your energy. Ace of Swords. Right? So you think about this person, or you've already started conversation with this person. Maybe you guys are like, I know, I'm interested. You know, this could be somebody new coming into your life this week. You might be talking, and it could be somebody that is just been wearing the same sneakers for 3 years, and all of a sudden they go shopping just to hang out with you. Let's see any movement this week. The 6 of Cups. So this could be somebody that you've already met, a person, a friendship, trying to be friends with you, trying to impress you. Somebody trying to impress you this week. You might be making somebody upgrade because they want to impress you. So this feels big. It feels like a big moment for this person. So I am seeing the anxiety, but somebody may blurt out, or somebody might tell you the truth about somebody else, about how they really feel about you. How do they view you? Look at the Justice card. Integrity. Better come straight. You weigh things out. You're very sharp. You're not afraid to hold back. So somebody could be, I need to impress you. Maybe you're not easily impressed. What should you do? 5 of Swords. Maybe not judge a book by its cover. If this is somebody that's trying to talk to you or wants to reconcile with you too, can you soften up around the edges? That's what I'm getting. I know you want things to be fair. You want to know, you want to be able to trust their motives. You want to be able to read into everything. You want justice. You know, I can see that. But I feel like your person, I feel like it takes a lot for this person to approach you. And so maybe it is saying soften up around the edges when this person comes around this week. You know, movement towards you this week is wanting to reach out. So like I said, you might have somebody blurt something out or say something or text you and ask about something that you didn't. How would they know unless they asked or asked somebody else? Or they might say how they really feel without thinking about it and not expect to say something that they thought they were holding back. All right, so if you're connected to an Aries through Pisces and you have somebody specifically on your mind, let's see any potential this week. Aries, King of Pentacles, getting things done, working it, maybe trying to work you into the schedule. All right, let's make things, let's ground in, let's talk. Taurus, Page of Cups. Looks like Taurus here crushing on you. So some of you have a Taurus that is getting ready to open up, make their move. Gemini may be holding back, still trying to figure out where this can go, where things are going, how things got the way they are. But there's still room to grow. Cancer, I see 2 of Swords. They're on the fence. They know they got to choose. It's just they're trying to avoid a decision. Leo, King of Swords, right? So Leo wanted to communicate with you. Maybe you guys, maybe they know that, you know, I got the Justice card up here, so it feels like it's not easy to get this one to admit they're wrong. Virgo, moving towards you. Hopefully you guys can pick up where you left off. Libra hasn't lost faith in this connection. Hoping you guys can make future plans. Scorpio, in love with you, Scorpio, or just thinks the world of you. This could even be a new Scorpio coming into your life. Growth, reconciliation. Sagittarius wanting to talk to you. You guys may think about each other at the same time and text at the same time. Capricorn sees the whole shebang with you. Capricorn wants the full picture, wants it all. Aquarius, 5 of Cups. Maybe you're disappointed or still processing something from the past with an Aquarius. You guys may still be separated. Maybe you need more time. Pisces, initiating, right? Pisces wants to control the situation. Keep that in mind. They keep themselves guarded, but they want to be the pursuer. All right. We made it. The last Pisces. All right. Give me some seconds here. My stomach just growled. Pisces. All right, let's see, Pisces. Who's coming towards you? How do they view you? Their movement this week. And if the first part doesn't resonate, I will do Aries through Pisces to get you a message for each zodiac sign. Wheel of Fortune. All right, so, you both feel like this is maybe fated. You might not say it, but you guys maybe keep running into each other. This could be somebody that you're constantly running into, or you guys keep calling each other back, right? It's like you both feel like there's something, and I have the World card. So maybe this time around is the time. Maybe this is the time it's finally going to come together. We got to quit playing games, or just finally say something to each other. So you got Taurus, Leo, Aquarius, Scorpio energy, but let's see your person. 5 of Pentacles. Somebody's not doing too well without you, or doesn't like being away from you. You got an earthy energy. That's Taurus. It's like I struggle with my appearance. I struggle with, life in general. I tend to focus on everything that can go wrong. And I have a negative attitude sometimes. This person does. But something, it's like when they get in their head, they may pull away from you. But then when they're, missing you, they come back around. They're like, why do I keep getting in my own way? Your person tends to look at the way things, can go wrong. What if this? What if that? All that bullshit. And Pisces, I always see you as somebody that might be able to see. You can be negative sometimes. I've dated a Pisces, but it's a little bit different. You still tend to hope for the best, or drink yourself until you hope for the best, right? We're water signs, right? Those days are over, but let's see what pulls them to you. 7 of Wands. Maybe you've said something, or maybe you finally put your foot down, demanding, right? They know you're right. If that's all you need to hear, it's like something you said, you're right about something, and now this person does not like being away from you. Maybe you finally put your foot down. You speak your mind. You listen, and you definitely, this is also Pisces, though sometimes you have no boundaries with people and you absorb all their energy and you really listen to this person. And so that could also be careful, because that could be another reason why this person is drawn to you, because you give so much of yourself. And if they're a negative person, they're going to, and this doesn't mean you can't be in love or married to a negative person, but you have to be more protective of your energy. You will absorb their negativity. So you got to find a way to have strong boundaries between you probably put up with more than this person than anybody else would. But that's your power with them too. So at the same time, it's a way to help the relationship grow as well. What's their biggest block? What's their problem? 6 of Wands. They're arrogant. Their ego. This person isn't as successful as they wish they were, or they only focus on their pride, their ego. I got a fiery energy for this person, and they don't like to be exposed or called out. And when they're feeling not as success, they don't feel success. If they feel like a failure or don't feel successful, or they're not always feeling like they're doing their best or look their best or are their best, which is what you don't care about, it's a performance. So your person lives more in ego than you do. It's like, come on, who cares what the world thinks about you? Your person cares about whatever, putting on a show for everybody. But you can see through them. Maybe it's a fated situation, guys. So it's you guys keep coming back around. This could be where you've got to have more boundaries with this person, but maybe you are showing this person how to surrender and how to not live so much in ego and in lack. And you're helping this person kind of quit worrying about what other people think. Your person cares too much about what other people think about them. And so if they can't be on point or always be looking the best or getting attention or feeling successful, then, they poop on everybody around them without realizing it. Your person's probably an amazing person. I can feel we all could probably find this when we do this in our life, but your person seems to care about external matters and money and success and things like that, which that's their biggest block. That's their biggest block right now. And you're probably meant to learn not to absorb that energy from somebody else and create boundaries as well. So let's see what's going on with you. I know some of you guys I don't care about me, but I do. As a reader, I want to see what's going on. Look at you, Knight of Pentacles. You're just trying to make everything work and handle business and stay responsible. And, you can't fix every little detail. You can't fix every little problem. It does look like you try to find a solution to everything. You're always of service with everybody around you and with this person, but your person's got to deal with their own ego issues. Look at you. I'm ready to fix everything. You could be trying to keep the peace too. What can I do of service to keep the peace when this person loses their shit or thinks negative? Here comes Pisces. I'll make it work. I'll fix it. I'll do it. Which is fine, because I do want to say, Pisces, I'm picking up on a situation where this could end up in marriage, because this does feel like a marriage energy. It feels like, or a real close friendship, real close relationship. You've gotten to know somebody so well, but you're accommodating to their bullshit. You're feeding into the bullshit. They need to get out of this lack mentality and stop giving a shit what everybody else thinks about them. What's their movement towards you? I see the Five of Swords. So you are dealing with some stress with this person. This could be what's coming up right now. Somebody needs to see reality. And maybe they do get a lot of attention, but they lack confidence deep inside. Right? Your person is lacking some confidence right now. So let's send love to your person, because it does look like they're confused. They don't even know what they want anymore. They might even be realizing that this doesn't make them feel good, but yet they don't like being away. They don't want to be away from you. They feel a pull towards you, maybe because you play an important part in this person's life. That's what I'm going to say with that. Let's see how they view you and your next step. Oh, they know they're wearing you out. They probably don't even know how you keep doing it. They see you reaching a breaking point. This is a hard personality to deal with. Maybe your person is going through something success-wise, business-wise, or whatever, but life's more about that, more than that. And I am seeing that they do view you as getting stressed out and tired, like you're about to give up. So they may be feeling like this could be their last chance. And like I said, the World card and the Wheel of Fortune, somebody coming back around, because they may feel like this is it. This is my last opportunity if Pisces gives me a chance. What should you do? I see the Strength card. You've got boundaries, integrity, and strength. So this person is testing your patience and your boundaries and your integrity. There's a lot of ego that you're dealing with, and you're dealing with somebody else's ego. Don't let it crush your spirit. But I do honestly feel like you guys met for a reason. And this is a tough one. This is a tough one because your person has something to prove, and they're proving it to the wrong person when they have somebody like you who is like, I don't need you to put on this performance or do all this to have me in your life. Or I don't know why you care so much about what everybody thinks about you. All right. Well, Pisces, that's what I got for you. I got Leo energy coming through for you. So let's see Aries through Pisces. Now, with this all being said, let's try. I'm just going to pull out Aries through Pisces and see, I guess we already know movement this week is the Five of Swords. It looks like you're going to have a headache with this person this week, maybe an argument, disagreement, something. But let's see, what's going on, maybe behind the scenes, or what's the potential. Aries, Chariot. So you and Aries will pull out of this. They'll pull their head out their ass. You guys will move forward. I do see forward motion and overcoming whatever obstacle that you're having with an Aries. Taurus, the love continues to grow. I mean, you're going through the growing pains of love or growing pains of a relationship, and it continues to grow between you and a Taurus. Gemini, you got them up in their head. They need to make a choice, but this could be they're trying to figure out what they want. You're obviously top notch, top shelf, but they got to make a decision. Cancer, Temperance card. Just let things unfold with you and a Cancer. It seems like you'll know when the right time to move comes in. You guys will cross paths again. Leo, Ace of Pentacles. So I do see an opportunity, especially for you and Leo. It looks like a Leo realizing how important you are to them, and maybe another opportunity coming in for you guys to decide to commit is what I got. Virgo, the Hermit card. So Virgo at a distance, being very distant, needs more time to process by themselves. Libra, Six of Pentacles. You could be renegotiating with a Libra. We can make this work. Scorpio coming back in, on again, off again, but at the same time, this could be the time where it sticks. Sagittarius making plans here for the future, so they may initiate. Capricorn still holding back, not telling you how much they care about you, but they're, still silence, but I am seeing here that the feelings are not disappearing. Aquarius, Queen of Pentacles. So Aquarius may decide to ground in, take the next step to a connection with you. And Pisces, look at the Ten of Wands. Pisces, you're putting too much work into it. This is where the Ten of Wands, somebody's making something too difficult for you. You got to put down the wands. They ain't doing shit. You got to step up, and somebody will step up. All right. I love you guys. Today's were really wild. All right. I'm going to put the timestamps, yes, in the description. I'm going to take a quick restroom break, and then we'll come back and do the questions for everybody. And then that's it. So just give me 2 seconds. Come on. There's too many. I hope you guys enjoyed them today. Reload. Mercury retrograde's a bitch right now. It's just it's messing my thing up. Hold on a second. All right, they're up. All right, so give me. Oh, Lori called me Captain Callout. I didn't know I was doing that today. I didn't know I was being called to do that. I'm in a really good mood today. And maybe that's why I'm calling people out, so people won't take it personally. I didn't know where today was going to go. All right, guys, give me 2 seconds. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. So let's do this. I'm going to put the questions closed up now. If one or two people come through, that's fine. But I don't want the live stream to go on for 4 hours. So let's see. Fernando, let's see who else. I have Tierra, Fernando, Tierra. I see some people pulled in. All right. I have Keisha. All right. Let me see. I have Irish. All right. And then Irish. Remember, I don't see your name, screen name, so, and Angel, what's up? All right. All right. All right. And Casey. All right. So, all right. That's what I got. All right. So if one or two more come in, that's fine. But this is where I'm going to start. This is what I'm going to do. All right. Thank you, Redbeard, for being here too. All right. So Fernando, I think you want a general. Usually you just want a general. Yep. All right. Let's see. All right. General for Fernando. Ah, Varian. Thank you. You want a collective reading or? Ah, thank you. All right, Fernando. Where are you at right now? All right, well, you got the 9 of Cups, bottom of the deck. So something you're wondering about, worrying about, how's it going to turn out? Looks like it's going to turn out in your favor with that energy. Feeling pretty satisfied and happy with the outcome. And I see the 6 of Wands for you. So if you're being challenged with something right now, or just have a lot on your plate, doing a lot of things, a lot of people, a lot of things coming at you at once, hang on, because focus on the little wins. Focus on the, what you can, just show up, keep showing up every day. I am seeing success when it comes to something that you've been putting your blood, sweat, and tears into. Or if you've just been challenged lately with anger and frustration, or other people, there's finally a clear doorway out of that too. And maybe you're the leader, you're the one showing the way. Maybe you're being asked to show the way. If you're worried about something, or you're the one that's going to step out in front of the crowd and show everybody how it's done. What's your challenge? The Justice card. Fear of failure? Do you have some sort of fear that you're just not going to be successful, that you're not going to reach that success that you're trying to attain. Or I don't know if there's some legal stuff going on, a contract ending, or is there a contract that's going to start up again? Well, we already saw the 9 of Cups. It looks like something is working in your favor, so focus on the little wins right now. Also, I'm seeing you may be comparing your success to others and not seeing where you are making so many wins in your life, and your journey is your journey, and you are headed towards success. But you may not see it, but you also could have a story that you'll never get there, or you won't have the success that you're looking for. So what is coming towards you? 5 of Pentacles, and you have some important decision to make around your finances, around your attitude. And there's just some things you can't avoid anymore. There's some maybe issues or problems that you've been trying to avoid, or it's just the way you're looking at things. You're expecting the worst to happen, and this is all about making a decision to look at things differently, see it differently. But you may be making an important financial decision that's been difficult for you to make. Maybe you are making some cuts, or you're needing to make some cuts. But this isn't affecting your overall success in your life. It's just a temporary situation if that's the case. You'll figure out a way through this battle that you might be having if it's coming to your relationship with money is showing up here. So maybe you are making a decision about where you're spending money, or where, or something, cutting something out. And it could be your health too. I am seeing external validation, needing external validation, and comparing yourself maybe to others is a no bueno. Any advice for you? 3 of Pentacles. This is financial advisor, professional help, if it's around your money, your health. It is saying maybe it is time to look at other outlets, or collaborate with other people, or talk to other people, connect with other people. There could be other positions opening up if that's what you're looking for, but working as a team, I'm seeing, and team effort. So maybe there is a project or something coming up where you've got to trust yourself to lead the way, and trust in your own success. I do see something working out for you, but I do see that you are doubting failure or success, or comparing yourself towards somebody else. All right, is what I'm getting for you today. But if you're needing to make some adjustments or some change, or some legal stuff, or a contract, a new contract, I am seeing that it's coming together here, and this could actually benefit and work in your favor. All right, Mr. Fernando. All right, Tiara. What's coming in love and life? And did I conceive? So the funny thing about did I conceive, right? I'm just going to answer it, but no, it's not funny, because I'm reading it again, right? So you're wondering maybe if you did and didn't know, if that's the case. But if you're trying, I was like, let's get a pregnancy test and see, because people have done that to me. Am I pregnant? But I misread that. So let's just answer it and see what the cards say. All right, good job, Frankie. All right, what's coming in your love life is the first question. All right, so what's coming in your love life? I see a King of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sag, front and center. It's coming together. You could be with a fire sign this next chapter in your life. I do see the moon card, so maybe some things are still adjusting in the background. Some things are unclear, you know, time and when, things like that. Sometimes you just got to give it up to God and, you know, and just know that it's coming in for you. There could be environmental changes, health changes, circumstance changes that are going on behind the scenes that's coming together before this person enters your life. And I'm seeing the Four of Wands, so I am seeing a commitment, a wedding, a marriage, and it could come out of nowhere. I am seeing the air sign as well, too. It could be news from a friend. It could be news from a family member, somebody close to home, somebody you know fairly well. And I'm seeing the Star card. So it could be somebody that you've been desiring, somebody you've been believing in, hoping in, not wanting to give up. But it also could be just you not wanting to give up on love and that it is coming in for you. And that Knight of Swords can be when you least expect it. But you can see family, marriage, milestone, commitment, coming home, reunion, you know, birthday, some sort of announcement, all right, of a relationship in love. And I am seeing a fire sign, strong, but you also see a possibility with some air. Now, did you conceive? And I see the Ace of Pentacles, so a seed was planted. All right. I don't want to know or get into any kind of health issues, anything like that. I just don't, I won't do it. But it is showing there's a possibility that you have or had, and or you may again, especially with the energy I'm seeing up here. Okay. So there's definitely potential any way you look at it. So I hope that helped. You know, and I even got the Two of Cups, and I got the Eight of Swords. So there's definitely was a chance that you could have conceived. All right, I'm sending you love, Miss Tiara. Yeah, that deck has two of them, two star cards, and this, I just, like I said, I wish I got the bigger deck, but I like it. All right. All right, so update on me and Kevin. You're welcome, Tiara. So Keisha, update on you and Kevin's relationship, but are you in no contact? No. Virgo is a earth sign, but keep in mind that I call out signs because people want to know signs, but it can be fire, somebody with qualities of a fire sign, but it doesn't have to necessarily be a specific sign. A lot of people, you know, want to hear the sign. All right. All right. All right, so Six of Swords, the Knight of Swords. It's not over, but there's a lot of distress between the two of you, but something keeps you guys still attracted to one another. I don't know. You guys have some positive feelings towards one another, but what's the stress? Some sort of competition or outside forces or people or things or situations that external things that keep getting in the way. And there could be arguments or defensiveness or control or worrying that things are over, or fighting about things being over, or afraid that things are being over. When I don't know what's going on in the situation, I'm going to give you every perspective. What I could see though is that things can turn around, whatever it is. And I am seeing that there is room for this relationship to move forward and grow, but we can't avoid all the problems either. So, it looks like you guys there's still something. I want to see where this goes. And, I'm getting the Queen of Pentacles, which is most likely you, and the World card. So what I'm seeing here is that maybe you are trying to control every detail of the relationship. You're wanting more stability. You want security. You're wanting things to get serious. You wanting things to grow and improve. The World card is saying, let it come together naturally. Things could turn around, but I am seeing here the Six of Swords. It's like, we've got to get through, what's bothering you so much about the connection? Is it lack of intention, motives? You don't know if you can trust this person? Because this can be read in two different ways. If you're not getting your value from this relationship, it's time to move on and find closure. If this relationship seems like it will work itself out and there's something there, you guys keep getting attracted to each other, it's saying let it be and just see where it takes you. Let it come together. But that's going to be whether or not you fully feel like you can trust this relationship. But I am still seeing, regardless, they keep coming back to you. They keep moving towards you. There is something. And that's what I'm seeing, because they keep coming towards you. Maybe it's about you trusting and seeing your worth in the situation and knowing your worth, because they are not. Conversation may keep going around in circles, and maybe they just want, us to just slow down and grow. All right. So I'm getting, it sounds like that's what he said. And so it sounds like that's what's showing up, and he's being honest with you. I see potential. The Six of Swords is him saying, I want to see this through. I want to see where this takes us. Who knows? But let's go. So I think for you, the Queen of Pentacles this is you being strong in your worth and knowing that, I'm chosen. I'm good. This is me. Why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you want Keisha? All right, I'm sending you love. All right. Thank you for trusting in me. All right. I love it. Thank you. All right. So, will Vince contact you? Are you done? All right. I got the High Priestess. He's still lurking around with the World card. And I got the Queen of Swords. All right. So here's what I got. Yes, you will be in contact. He's still lurking around. You may be the one to reach out with the Queen there. But I'm still seeing that it may not go in the direction that you're wanting it to go. So are you done? I can't say you're done, because people can keep coming together even if they think about each other or have feelings for each other. Whether or not you can get over, are we getting our needs met? Because if they still don't feel, if you don't feel like they're supporting you or they're giving enough or putting in the effort, and the Three of Swords is here and you continuously feel disappointed, you're going to repeat the pattern, and then you'll probably separate again or get in an argument and then be back to square one. So yes, with communication, you may be the one to reach out, to be honest. There's unfinished business between the two of you. I just think you might go through a couple different cycles before you realize, do I move on, or can we confront whatever this is, these challenges? Because it's either you are just not feeling like you're getting enough of what you need. And as long as you're feeling that way, even if they think they're giving you as much as they can, you will not be happy, is what I have. So I don't see that you're done, but I'm not quite sure it's going where you want it to go. Sending you love. Sending so much love. All right. And Irish. All right. Does Chris want a relationship with you? Ooh, too many cards. Does Chris want a relationship with you? He thinks about it. Fantasy land, though. I don't like that. You're definitely on his mind. And I got the Page of Wands. All right, so you're going to have to be a little bit in the Ace of Wands. Mama's going to come in. You're going to have to choose wisely here, because right now you are a hot option. Right now it's, I want you, you're sexy, you want to flirt with me, you want to send me some pictures, you want to think about me, you know, of course, yes, right? But you got the Two of Swords there, which is like, there's a deeper question, and sometimes we can get caught in these relationships and they fantasize about you and they tell you what you want to hear and it feels good and they got feelings. But Seven of Cups is always confusion, and they may think you're awesome and hot, but they still live in their head and won't make a serious decision. So it's always fun and games when we're flirting until somebody wants to land into a relationship. So I would say just be cautious, especially if you already are doubting. Because the want is there, the lust is there, the sexy there, but relationship is questionable. Potential for a relationship is there, but right now you want any kind of time you get a Page of Wands, it's fun. It's fun and flirty, but it might be short-lived. All right, sending you love. And Miss Angel. All right. Miss Angel. All right. All right, we're looking at baby boy. All right, let's see. Let's see if baby boy is taking advantage or does he really need help? Let's see. All right, let's see. Let's see Sun's intentions. You know, my boys make way more money than I do too, but they somehow or another throughout the years, they need me. But I'm like, wait a minute, you need to be saving your money for me when I get older. I see the Knight of Cups. So he is coming with good intentions. His energy, the Ten of Swords, he's stressing. He must be having a difficult time. Maybe he just feels a little overwhelmed and, you know, doesn't see it the way Mama sees it, and Mama saves the day. Carissa, you can throw one in if you want. He wasn't even around for Father's Day. It was with, well, his girlfriend's taken over. Right? So the girlfriend takes over, and with the boys, we are just the banks, right? But it looks like he's having a difficult time, and he does need Mama's help. And he could be, is he having a difficult time with his girlfriend too? Maybe he's trying to impress her. I don't know the circums. Well, yeah, I know. But the girl, you know, but Mama's there. You're there. And the Queen of Wands. I'm seeing both of you here. I do feel like he's being authentic. Maybe he's trying to impress the girlfriend. Maybe he does need help from Mom. So it looks like Mom is the one. Mom's the boss, though, because the Queen of Wands usually will step up and step up. So what should you do? Let's see. Three of Pentacles. It's saying that he's coming to you for help. He needs your help. So he authentically is trying to get your help. He can't please everybody, but I feel like his girlfriend might be demanding. If his girlfriend's the Queen of Wands, I called you Mama with Queen of Cups. But if girlfriend is demanding and a Queen of Wands and she likes nice things, he could be trying to impress her, but that's why he's coming to you for help. So it does look like he's being authentic about it. You know, it's like as soon as I hand out money, they're quiet, you know, but they always go to the one who helps them out the most, you know. I think you need to too, because I think he might be in more trouble than you think. With the Ten of Swords, he might be spending money he doesn't have. He could be ranking up debt that you don't know of if he has credit cards. I don't know. If he's feeling overwhelmed just by meeting her needs because he really likes her, you might need to, this is financial planning, the Three of Pentacles. So I think you're doing exactly what I would be doing. But I would definitely sit down with him and check, make sure he's doing it, right? Because the Ten of Swords for his energy, he has a lot of anxiety around money. And both you and the girlfriend is showing up on the table. Yeah. Look, I'm thinking, look at this. You have the Knight of Cups, the Two of Cups, and you have the Tower. I think he's in over his head. I think he's a little in over his head. And I think that you may be maybe intercepting before something happens, before he falls or he gets himself into a financial jam, is what I'm saying. So it's good news that he's coming to you. I wish somebody did that for me. I tried to do it as much as I can, but I really wish I had somebody that taught me how to do an Excel and financial planning. And so, good mama. All right. All right, Casey, and then that's it, unless Carissa, unless you want to put one in. Gives you PTSD of his father. Is that how that's how my ex was? You know, I had to learn how to budget because my ex-husband, I remind him all the time. I'm like, when I met you, yeah, you're making good money, but you were already in debt before your check came in. Half your check went because you spent too freely. Yeah. And so I had to learn, but I'm not that much better. But I definitely was the one to put my foot forward. All right. I was like, we can't be just living like there's no tomorrow, even though in some ways, you know, it is good. All right. I got you, Carissa. All right. So let's see. All right. Latest thoughts, feelings, and intentions. But you're saying all about you only. Okay, I see what you're saying. This is just, you want to know nobody else, just you. All right. So 4 cups. Still withdrawn from you, holding back, but this doesn't mean that they're not sitting with feelings. They just may not know what to do with them yet. They're there. I mean, you're willing and ready, but you still have somebody that might be still questioning whether they're ready. Are they ready to connect? You get the 4 of Pentacles too. So it's like, it's a tough situation you're in because there's feelings there, but just, you know, I don't want to say not enough. They just think they can take their time or just wait to the right moment. And that's not good enough. So let's see. Thoughts. It is weighing on them. Feelings. They try to move away from you, but they still feel stuck. You know, they try to move on, but it's still hard for them to move on. Or they're not sure that they're still questioning whether or not there's something there between you guys. And their intentions, the Queen of Swords, they may feel a strong pull to reach out and connect with you just to see if you're there or talk to you. I'm getting the feeling that you guys have a little distance between you. I can't remember. But I don't, it's like the problem is there's a stuck energy, a stuck on you, a stuck on the situation, but there's also a pull to move on. Things are getting heavy. Maybe we need to talk about something. And it could be, you know, that I still have feelings. I don't want to move on, but I don't know like what's going on with you guys. So I am seeing a conversation being had maybe between the two of you. And maybe they're not willing to give up on this. But I am getting stubbornness right there. So trying to walk away, but can't walk away, and feeling pulled to talk to you about the situation. That's what I got for you. I'm sending love. All right. I don't think so. I got Carissa, but I don't see Hannah unless she came in a different name. I did Irish and I had a Claire, but I didn't see a Hannah. All right, Miss Carissa. Let's see. Let's see if anything has changed. Thoughts, feelings, intentions. You know, I have a habit of reading everybody's feelings because I have to compare. And I know some people don't like that, and I'm always looking at you because it helps me. I don't need the cards playing jokes. I got the Knight of Swords. All right, let's see. The Hierophant. So direction's changing. Let's see what's going on. Thoughts. Let's see the Death card. It's not a favorite card. Feelings and intentions. All right, so their feelings are still growing. Thoughts, nothing's changed. But the Eight of Wands, there's still a pull towards you and feelings, and it's always like you still get excited when we guys talk. Now their intentions is the Four of Cups, so they are still not knowing what to do with their feelings. They could be protective of their feelings. Let's see you. Knight of Pentacles. See, this is why I look at you. All right. This is why I look at your energy, because they can tell me how you're dealing with the situation, or just be mindful not to read into the situation, because nothing has his thoughts, nothing about you, nothing has changed. You know, he's still, and he feels a pull towards you, the Eight of Wands. But the Four of Cups to me is just for some reason still not ready to, he doesn't know what to do with his feelings. So if he has feelings for you, he doesn't know what to do. But the Knight of Pentacles is telling you not to give up. Keep working it. Just don't get caught up in every little detail that shows up for them. You know, what's advice for you? The High Priestess. You know, so the High Priestess too is listen and observe more. He's got more feelings for you than he's letting on. It's obvious here, but this is also telling you just to be observant and use your energy around him to draw him to you, because he is attracted to you. He's very frustrated. You know, what's this Four of Cups? Why is he protective of his feelings? And I see the Four of Wands. you know, whether it's family, work, or not ready for commitment. You know, that's the only thing I can get. Not ready to take it to the next step. So I would say continue doing what you're doing with the High Priestess, which is being very sensual, being around him, observing him, talking to him, listening to him talk to you, and keep working it. I still feel like you guys are being pulled. It's just a slow change. It's very frustrating. But you have the Knight of Swords here, which is telling me the direction of this is constantly changing. It's not going to sit in one energy very long. Like tomorrow, you might have a great day, the next week, and you are seeing forward motion. All right. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. I will be on membership tomorrow. Tomorrow I'll probably be doing water signs. I did fire signs last week. I'll do water signs because it's Cancer's birthday. So I'll do that. And then I'll see you guys in membership. Thank you. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you for modding everybody. Angel, thank you. Lisa. Hello, Dr. Mark. You're welcome. Thank you. And thank you for Varian for the donation for the collective. I appreciate you. And I love you guys. Take care.